Good evening and welcome here to Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes on the campus of Fort Hays State University. And for the first time in 21 days, the Scott City Beavers get to play on Kansas soil. And tonight it is an old friend from years past, from the Mid-State Activities Association days and earlier, the TMP Marion Monarchs here from the Mid-Continent League. I'm Adam Kadavy and welcome you back to the broadcast booth after a couple-week hiatus. He wanted to stay in state at Tim McGonigal and studio engineer Stephanie Sanchez. Well, yeah, here we are, week 4, and it's been a while for you since you've been to a football game.
Yeah, well, yes, it has been. I just couldn't handle that long ride. I went to Ray, Colorado 18 years ago, and I sure wasn't going to go to Oklahoma City. I'm sorry. But that was a good game. I watched and listened, and it was fun, Adam, to see that. The amazing athletes that Millwood had. And actually, Ray, Colorado had some amazing athletes, too. Now, that's not putting our kids down. We have wonderful athletes also, but, you could just pick out kids that are just specifically 28, 71, 7 on Millwood last week. Yeah, who wouldn't want them on their team at the next level?
Oh, absolutely. Well, tonight, you see Scott City come in with a record of 3-1, looking to bounce back. They were in the same position this time a year ago. Last week, of course, losing to the Falcons of Millwood 30-20. And TMP Marion Monarchs, well, they're off to their best start since 2011 when they started 3-0 that year. Last week, they wrapped up a 3-0 mark in the Mid-Continent League as well, with a 27-13 win over the Plainville Cardinals there just up the road about 24-25 miles. These two teams, they've got a lot of history, being in district play, being in mid-state play, but this is the first time it's a non-district, non-league setting since 1978.
Wow.
Yeah.
Back in my days,
Back
almost.
in your days, yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Well, I love playing these guys, Adam.
Yes.
I don't care if it's football, basketball. It is always a very competitive matchup with both schools.
You're absolutely right. Should be a good game here tonight. We'll break it down here in a little bit later on from now here, as we're about 26 minutes away from kickoff. What we'll do, we'll go ahead and step aside for a 3-minute break, and when we do come back, we're going to hear comments from head coach Jim Turner as Scott City and TMP set to do battle. Final non-district game for both sides here in week 4 of high school football. Back here in 3 minutes. This is Scott City Beaver football. Beaver football.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Welcome back to Lewis Field Stadium here in Hayes. Adam Kadavy with you on Mix 94.5, also Beaver Broadcasting Network. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. I'm joined here with Coach Jim Turner in the pregame. And, Coach, thanks for joining me here this evening. Long trip last Friday night, take on the Millwood Falcons, and a tough loss there, but a good effort nonetheless against a really good Millwood team. A 30-20 setback there to fall to 2-1 on the year as you headed to Week 4 here. But looking back at last week, just a back-and-forth game, and looking back at film, what did you see with your team in its game there against the Falcons?
We saw that defensively didn't line up very well. Offensively, we did a whole lot of mistakes on blocking assignments, and probably we played hard. We played, I think, as hard as we could. We just didn't play very smart. Something got in our head, and we just kind of lost our focus on that part of it. I can't fault the effort whatsoever. They played hard, but definitely a game we could have won if we would have played, better sound football as far as assignments on blocking schemes on offense and defensively. I mean, we lined up wrong half a dozen times, and then our depth was never really where we wanted to be with some of our outside linebackers and secondary people and inside linebackers even. So, I don't know if their speed got in our head and we were just concerned about their speed, so we kind of backed out a little bit and gave them a little more room, but that didn't help us definitely on running situations.
The front that you saw from Millwood, they packed it with about 5 guys up front there, and at times maybe even 6, and then you get in a couple more linebackers, 8 or 9 guys in the box. This early in the season here without really any playoff or district games on the line, was that kind of nice to see what you guys can do when teams tried to load the box like that? Yeah,
we even went Wednesday at practice with a 2-minute offense, and we got to get the ball out quick. I mean, you can't hang on the ball when they're sending 6 guys and we got 5 blockers. So Dylan did a better job yesterday at the end of practice of understanding I got to get the ball out now. We'll take our chances, see what we can gain on the ground with our receivers, and hit the open guy if they're blitzing, find the open window. And that's kind of where we've been at all season. And last season, because we want to blitz us, because they if they come after us, they can maybe stop our run with their blitz and then put us in a passing situation. So get the ball out of his hands and get it out there quick.
Like the defensive so far through the first 3 games, you forced 5 turnovers against Millwood there and end up being +2 in the turnover department. But to be where you guys are at and being able to intercept quite a few passes for last week, and then a couple fumble recoveries here along the way, the takeaway department is such a big aspect in the game, especially in a tight one.
Yeah, I wasn't very happy with the defense. We got a lot of takeaways, but we had to blitz to do it, and then that killed us later in the game when they hit us with that big screen on 3rd and 18 or 19, and they get the first down because we've got to send a backer to put pressure. We did a pretty good job in the secondary for most of the game, but they caught us a couple of times. But when you got to blitz a lot to put pressure on the quarterback to help with your pass defense, they're gonna get you sometime.
Once again, it is Coach Jim Turner here pregame as Scott City faces the TMP Marion Monarchs. It's been 9 years since Scott City and TMP have met, and this is the team that's pretty good, off to a really good start this year. They played 11 games a year ago, and here they are in their 4th game at 3-0 after a win over Plainville last Friday night. And they do return a pretty good chunk of that team from a year ago, and really starts with a big line and also a pretty experienced running back.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's been that long. That's a lot longer than I would have assumed, but they look good. Their line's tough. They're all juniors except the left tackle, but they're tough. They're big. They can move. Their backfield looks good. Tailbacks got size and speed, and the halfbacks are a little smaller, but they got speed and they run physical. I expect a very physical game, and hopefully we can step up and match that. But we're really going to stay low on those two big guards at 270 and 280.
TMP, a team that doesn't throw the football a whole lot. They've only thrown it 12 times through the first 3 weeks here. And do you feel like that's maybe kind of goes right into the strength of your defense, which is run stop?
Well, I'd like to hope so. We hope they pass the ball 15, 20 times in the game, because that means we have done a good job on their runs. So, hopefully we can force them out of their main game plan and do some good there.
Defensively, it looks like the Monarchs, they call it a 3-4 defense, but really they play more of a 5 front there, especially against run teams, and I'm assuming you'll see that and walk up one of their safeties more like a 5-3 look. And seeing something similar to that like last week, do you feel like that could be an advantage for you guys if you guys maybe go around the edge?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they call it. It's 5 linemen and 3 linebackers. So, they can call them outside linebackers and walk them up or whatever. If we spread them, they'll back one off. But we're going to look at a 5-man front and 3 linebackers that can move. We're hoping we got some ideas to hopefully hit them on the edge a little bit. It's really tough to run inside on a 5-3 in those A gaps. So hopefully we can get off the edge a little bit and attack them where we have some strength also.
Should be a good one here tonight with Scott City and TMP. Final non-district game for Scott City as Coach Jim Turner joins me here pregame. And thanks for the time and good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Beaver Coach Jim Turner. Your pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. More to come in your pregame show. We'll have a breakdown of the match and bring you starters, keys of the game, and the kickoff after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver football. We've come to the time when one day it's hot, then next it's cooler.
Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairly Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward.
Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
Everyone needs.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
Continually strive to develop comprehensive services to fill their patients' needs. The Specialty Clinic at Scott Hospital offers a variety of specialists you would only expect in a larger hospital. Why travel hours when you can be seen right here in Western Kansas? If you're in need of a medical specialist, talk with your physician about a referral to meet with one of our visiting specialty doctors. Scott County Hospital. We put our heart in healthcare.
All right, welcome back here to Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes. Adam Kadavy, Tim McGonigal, Stephanie Sanchez, your studio engineer, back at the Mix 94.5 studios, getting you set up for Week 4 of high school football. It is Scott City and the TMP Marion Monarchs, the 25th meeting all time. Scott City with a 16-7-1 edge in this series, and they've won the last 8 in the series. First meeting since 2013, which was a Week 8 district game right here in Hayes, and Scott City won that big time by the count of 51-7. But TMP's a very confident team right now. They made a deep run in the playoffs in Class 2A last year. Scott City Coach Jim Turner in the coaching show on Wednesday night said that a few members of the coaching staff actually came here and watched him play at the playoff game against Kingman they lost to a year ago. So he's seen him in person. But this is a team that has had back-to-back winning seasons coming into this year for the first time since the late 80s. And, you know, they got a lot of confidence, but they also have a lot of experience, not only up front, but in the backfield.
Well, Adam, that's, you know, when TMP has gone on this run where they couldn't win any football games, I just couldn't believe it because they were so good back in the day. It was just, you know, it was wonderful football games we had with them, but overall, they had great things going on here with their football program, and it's been great fun to watch this program resurrect itself in the way they are. Now, do I want them to win tonight? No, because we're Beavers.
Yes.
But this game, I'm excited. They are big up front. They like to run the football, you know, so they have some stuff here that could give us a real good game.
You know, just looking at their stats this year, you mentioned that a little bit, Tim. You look at their stats, it's all run pretty much. They've only attempted 12 passes in 3 games this year, and they will be starting a quarterback that's a freshman. So a second straight week, Scott City will see a freshman quarterback. Is he as athletic and mobile as what they saw last week? More than likely not, but he's kind of the facilitator in their run-heavy offense. They run that flex bone, and they average 305 yards through 3 games running it.
Years ago, back when I was involved with the Kansas Pregame magazine and was talking to coaches, I talked to a coach one day who had his entire offensive line back for the year, and he's going to have a freshman quarterback. And I said, "What are you going to do, Coach?" He goes, "All he has to do is to get the snap, hand it off. That's what we're going to do." Because he said, "My front 5 are going to just knock people out of the way." And that's exactly what's going on. And that's exactly what I thought of when I thought of TMP with that freshman quarterback. They don't want him to throw the ball unless you're really crowding it up. And then he'll throw a couple to loosen you away from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they've worked on that. Scott City's worked on that this week. They're going to throw a little bit of a different defense at him. We'll kind of preview that when we get closer. But so one of the reasons why they're starting a freshman quarterback, Landon Rosine, it's not how it's spelled Rosine, Scott City, but he's a senior. He's going to be at one of those running back spots tonight because the 170-pound Griffin Shoemaker, their second leading rusher and second high touchdown scorer for the Monarchs, he is out tonight with an injury, so they hope to have him back against Russell next week. So, yeah, that's Carson Lyles there. But Cade Harris, he was their quarterback a year ago. He had over 900 yards rushing, 900 yards passing, but he's also a good sprinter on TMP's track team, and then you also have another junior, Peyton Schwartz, in that backfield.
Oh, you know, when you tell me this story, now I'm thinking of a halfback pass.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of flea flickers with a pitch to him. I'm thinking I can see a lot of different scenarios. Let's get the ball into hit the quarterback from last year. Not only let him run the ball, but let's let him throw the ball. Now there's a different total wrinkle.
That, you know, maybe you could see down the road. I don't know if they do it tonight because this is a non-district game, and maybe save that for districts and don't want that out on film yet.
Yeah, I know.
But their defense has been pretty good, beating Oakley 26-13. Ellis here 2 weeks ago 35-0, and at Plainville 27-13. Their defense has given up an average of around 160 yards a game and 8 points a game. But they will be really tested by a team, Scott City, that has been really tested throughout the last two games, especially Ray. That's a pretty huge win, because that team is going to go pretty deep in Colorado. And, you know, Millwood, I think that's a young and up-and-coming team in Oklahoma in their 2A classification. I think can do some damage down the road in their playoff run.
Well, I would think so. Adam, you know, Ray, Colorado, in some ways resembles what we're going to see tonight. Mm-hmm. And we got a fast start up there and put them in an uncomfortable situation. I'd like to see the same thing happen tonight.
And I think we'll see a lot of TMP really stack the box. They'll put 8-9 guys in the box, kind of like what last week they saw at Millwood, and I think that was good for Scott City to see something that early, because with how Scott City likes to operate out of their offense, their pistol wing tee, they want to keep things in between the tackles and block that way. Well, it's good to see that and see what you can correct on as you move forward.
Well, sure it is, Adam, and the athleticism of those Millwood kids and how quick they were at getting into the backfield. You know, I'm not sure we're going to see that all year long.
No, I think you're right as well. But, of course, Scott City on the offensive side there without Adrian Elder tonight. A tough break. He's out this week. They hope to have him back maybe next week, and if he's healing properly. But we're going to see Braden Bruner get the start there to right tackle tonight, a junior. He played a lot of minutes. We could also see a rotation there as well with another player we'll see down the road here. But, Scott City's offense struggled at times last week. They had a couple of decent drives. They took advantage of short field. They scored 10 points off of a couple of those turnovers. But, it's just kind of going back to the drawing board to get ready for what you could see down the road here.
Well, the special teams, the kickoff in the second half was a killer.
Yes.
That hurt us. And so you can bet there's been some attention to that in practice. But the pass, come on, we intercepted 4 passes to that guy last week, and still they kept throwing the ball. And, that one big one into the end zone made the final separation.
Yeah, absolutely. Offense this year, Scott City, it's pretty deceiving. They only average 196 yards a game, but that's pretty deceiving because they've only played 9 quarters out of 12 that you could play through 3 games. But you got to like their conversion in the red zone. They're 9 out of 10 this year in the red zone. And defensively, Scott City's continued to play some solid defense here. And we welcome guests aboard here tonight. Defense giving up 128 yards a game through the first 3 games. That's been a pretty good, solid state there for the Scott City defense. As we get going here, here in TMP, here today's TMP, and we're moments away from kickoff. This is a lone non-district game here tonight, here between Scott City and TMP. We'll go ahead and take another timeout. Let's take a 3-minute break. We'll come back with starters and more. This is Beaver Football.
Tired of hidden fees and terrible customer service at your current wireless provider? If so, come to United. You deserve a friendly, local company that truly cares about you and your needs. At United, we promise we'll work hard every day to give you the service you deserve. When you switch to United or upgrade your phone, you'll get $10 off each month for 1 whole year. Don't wait. This offer won't last forever. Visit getunited.com/10off to learn more today. Get connected. Get United.
Hello folks, this is Nathan Lennon with Land of Legacy Real Estate. We are very excited about the recent strength of the land market and invite you to check out our website at www.land2legacy.com, where we are proud to represent some of the best properties across the great state of Kansas and attracting buyers all across the country. We understand the importance of details in your land transaction, and if you're interested in selling, we invite you to give us a call at 785-340-5331 to learn about a marketing strategy tailored to best suit you. Land of Legacy Real Estate, where people are our passion.
Lewis Automotive Group in Hayes, Dodge City, Garden City, Liberal, and Topeka treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. They know you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, they enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow Lewis to demonstrate their commitment to excellence. They encourage you to browse their online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. You can also request more information about a vehicle using their online form. For more information, go online to buylewis.com, where you always get it for less.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
I'm Sage Steckline.
And I'm Ted Butler.
And you're watching the BBN Weekly News.
Now we have Shasta to give us updates on Beaver sports.
We are touching down on another week of Beaver sports. I spoke with...
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Starting lineups here tonight presented by Security State Bank here in Scott City and Leota. Free bill paying online banking, safe, secure, and easy to use. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. For the starters tonight for Scott City, coached by Jim Turner in his 7th year, and it'll be Dylan Metzger, the senior quarterback, 160 pounds, a senior, 126 passing yards, 27 rushing yards this year. The tailback will be the 190-pound junior Brady Welker. Chase Thomas, the 190-pound senior at halfback. Lawson Bailey, the 190-pound senior, also at the other halfback spot. Both of them have multiple TDs this year. Tight end is sophomore Jackson Rumford. We'll see Avery Knoll, Evan Fry rotate at wide receiver. Center is Jaden Lewis. The 190-pound senior Houston Frank J.P. Harris are the guards, and the tackles Tanner Gooden, left tackle. Braden Bruner is the right tackle. Now for the Hayes TMP Marion Monarchs, are coached by Jay Harris in his 4th season. He's built up a 21-11 record in his 4th year. The quarterback is going to be a freshman, Carson Lyles, but their defense, they say it's a 3-4, but they'll walk their 2 outside backers. It'll be a 5-3 look. Kendall Walker, he is a 270-pound junior defensive tackle spot. Colton Hagens, he is a 280-pound junior. They're going to be their guards in their offense as well. Michael Hale is the other defensive tackle. He's a senior. Landon Rosina is the will linebacker. Harrison Lowe, the senior at the Mike linebacker. Garrett Photo is a senior outside backer. Same with Evan Balthazar. Carson Lyles, the freshman, will be a cornerback. Peyton Schwartz, also the other cornerback. The free safety is Henry Spino. He's a sophomore. And Cade Harris, they call him the joker back. He's their strong safety. He's a senior defensive back as well. And so that's the way things look there for your starting lineups, presented by Security State Bank. Off to Tim here with Keys of the Game, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout.
Well, I alluded to my keys to the game earlier in our warm-up when we were in pregame. And the key for me is let's have a fast start. TMP likes to run the football. And so if we can score a couple of quick touchdowns, we may get them out of there what they really like to do, and that's run the football, and they have to pass the football. And they got that freshman quarterback. Now, that doesn't mean that they aren't going to bring in their old quarterback who's in the running back position tonight. But that's what I think the key is. Let's start early and get it going. So anyway, we have TMP in their dark navy blue, silver helmets. Scott City's in white shirts, light blue. Making us shut the door.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go.
All right, so thank you, Tim, there, for helping me out there. Yeah, Scott City, or TMP actually won the toss, and they elected to defer the second half. We'll see Scott City for the 4th straight game with the ball first, as they will defend the south end zone. TMP. Marion will defend the north end zone here at Lewis Field Stadium. They have a brand new video board on the north side here. That was not here the last time we were here back in 2017. It's a 75-degree night here. Beautiful evening for week 4 of high school football.
It is a beautiful night, Adam. This is September-y weather, won't it?
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Henry Spano will tee it up at the 40-yard line. He has 9 touchbacks this year. He's a soccer player, but he is now full-time football for the Monarchs. Deep to return for the Beavers. You have a couple back there, junior Cesar Peregrino, as well as Colin McDaniel. And this game is underway, and it's going to be returned by McDaniel to zone 7. Catches it up the middle of the field, 10, 15, and he's tackled at the 21-yard line by Cade Harris. So that's where Scott City will start, 1st and 10.
Well, you know, the TMP is going to have some speed. They always have some guys who are fast and quick, and I'm really curious to see how TMP handles our quick get to the line and quick snap.
Absolutely. You already have Avery Knoll split wide to left. Jackson Rumford, Lawson Bailey split wide to right. It's a pistol back or set up. Welker lone setback. Metzger on 1st down will swing it slant right. It's caught by Bailey. Eludes one tackle. 25, 30 outside the numbers. 35 eludes another tackle. And the 35-yard line was really the one that tripped him up. Make it the 36. So Scott City goes there on the first play of the game.
Why not? TMP had a 4-3 defense. Had 7 guys right up there close to the line of scrimmage. You know they were expecting us to run the football. I like it.
Scott City spreading them out as they send Colin McDaniel to the left. They'll also send Jace Thomas a wing to left. Pistol wing T set up from the 36. It's a Welker carry left side. Has a big hole. 40. Rumbles 45. 50-yard line. 45. Stiff arm 45. Oh, he's tripped up at a touchdown saving tackle by Henry Spano all the way at the 35-yard line of TMP.
Well, that broke really well, Adam. That went off tackle, and when when the blocking opened up the hole, there was nobody there. The linebacker on the inside had to come over, and he just outran him to the corner, and then the safety made the tackle.
29 yards on the run for Welker. Sets the Beavers up on the left hash mark with 30 seconds into the game. No score at the Monarch 35. Twin receivers are right. Thomas in motion. He'll get the carry right side. Will turn it upfield. He will gain about 2 to the 33 on 1st down, where he's brought down by Landon Razine. 2nd down and 8.
Now we had 2 wideouts out to the right, Adam. Rumford was the inside guy. They had 1 man covering 2 receivers. You can bet the guys next door saw that. We'll see some. If they are not going to cover him with an outside linebacker, eventually we'll go to something out wide there.
4th play of the drive for the Beavers. They're at the Monarch 34. 1 minute into the game, no score. Twins to the right. Now they send Thomas in motion right. They'll swing it out. A little tunnel screen. A flag comes out. Colin McDaniel with the catch. He'll take it across the 25, and we'll have our first penalty. He'll take it to the 23-yard line. It is a gain of about 10 on the play.
Yeah, we had some movement, Adam. One of those, they ran out of the same formation they had last time, but one of those guys out there kind of did a little hitch as before the ball was snapped.
Randy Wilson, the white hat tonight. A legal procedure is the call against Scott City, so that'll nullify a 2nd and 9 run or a carry or reception for a 1st down. And Scott City will have it inside the Monarch 39-yard line, and they'll mark it at the 39 right there. 2nd and about 14.
2nd down and 14 for the Beavers.
Receiver left is Knoll. 2 wings set up, and they'll hand it off on a little sweep left side. Lawson Bailey has to turn it upfield, and TMP does a good job of slowing it down. In the middle that time, I believe that was Kendall Walker with the tackle. No correction. That was Michael Hale with the tackle at the 37, just a gain of 2, setting up a 3rd and long.
It was a good-looking play. I thought we were going to break something out there, but TMP did a good job coming from the backside, and then Lawson cut it back to the backside, and they caught up with him.
Scott City last week was just 5 of 14 on 3rd downs. This year they're 30% on 3rd down. A 3-receiver set, Twins left, 1 to the right. TMP shows blitz on 3rd down and 12. Back to pass under duress. It's going to be Metzger, and he's going to be sacked. Back at the 42-yard line that time. In on the sack was Michael Hale. That's his 1.5 sacks now for him this year. And it's penalties that kill Scott City on this opening drive, and they will be more than likely punting.
Oh, that's exactly what TMP had for keys of the game. Stopped Scott City on the first drive. They brought the pressure, brought the blitz, caught us
Welker absolutely had some good punts last week, and he now is going to rugby run it, and he will kick it late. It's going to be a kick, and it's going to be down inside the 5, and it's going to be down at the 3-yard line. Dylan Metzger will down it there, but Colin McDaniel, who downed a punt last week at Millwood at the 1-yard line, was right there as well. So efficient punting of 37 yards to the 4-yard line.
When Welker went to the right, I thought he was going to take off and totally run there with that football. There was only one man to beat, but then I think he made a good decision by punting that thing.
9:26 here in the first quarter, no score. It's now the Monarchs with their first possession of the game in a hold, no score. They will run a receiver left, tight end right, or left side, excuse me. Actually, run more of a two-tight, it almost looks like a two-tight instead of man in motion. They will hand it off to Harris right side on first down, breaks through for about a gain of 4 to the 8-yard line. And there was Brady Welker on the tackle. So a nice gain on first down. They love to kind of load that right side and go double dive there.
And they got the 2 freshmen linemen. Which side are they on?
The left tackle is Eli Stein. He is a freshman. Garrett Foto, who's been a tackle this year, they moved him to tight end. And they also have Evan Balthazar on that right side. So now the Monarchs spread it out here on second and about 6 from their own 8-yard line. 8:50 to go, first quarter, no score. Just a quick hitter. Harris, Scott City stuffs it immediately. J.P. Harris in there along with others. Jaden Lewis in there as well. No gain on the play at the 8. Third down coming up for the Monarchs.
I think both of our linebackers on the inside, Adam, recognized that play from the get-go. They met him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe even caused him to go back a little.
The Scott City,
good defense.
Absolutely. Scott City's defense this year has been pretty good on third down. We'll call it 3rd and 5 at the 9-yard line. They're allowing 28% on third downs this year. 8:20 to go, first quarter, no score. Flexbone set, they send a man in motion, though, and that's going to be a penalty on TMP, movement on the right side of the line. I believe it'll just be a half the distance to goal penalty. They will mark it at the 4 from about the 8.5-yard line. But it's going to bring up a third down and about 10 to go.
Okay, where's Ruelas?
He is.
What position has he been?
He's been linebacker, outside backer, but he's not in on this series here.
Okay.
They could have a different number tonight if they do use them along the line. 3rd and 10, TMP will run a receiver stacked to the right side, 2 wings, the flex bone set, tight end also the right side. It'll be a toss left side to Harris. Oh, but Scott City does a good job of turning it in. Lawson Bailey will drop him for about a yard loss just inside the 4, and a good defensive sound play that time by the senior, forcing a 3 and out.
That was good recognition, Adam. We really went to the point of attack. Toss sweep going to the left, and we got there quickly. Now TMP is going to have to punt from the back of the end zone. Wonderful situation for the Beavers.
4th and 10, really, from the 4-yard line.
Will we come for it, or will we go for the punt return?
Yeah, good question. TMP averages about 25 yards of punt. Spino averages 27. He'll get the quick kick away, but he booms this one. It'll take, that is Tarango, 35, as Alex Tarango takes it for about 15 yards to the 30-yard line after a 41-yard punt. But great field position for the Beavers.
I think the wall was set up on the west side of the field, not the east side, but Tarango thought he saw the opening, and he did a good job catching the ball. Gosh, he returned it 15 yards, so that's a good punt return, but man, I thought it was really open here to the left.
7:24 here in the first, no score with the Scott City Beavers. An excellent field position at the 30-yard line of the Monarchs' right hash mark, moving to the north end zone. 2 tight end set this time. They'll send a man in motion. Sweep play. Lawson Bailey turns it up. Now trying to bounce the outside. Oh, he couldn't break through the ankle tackle of one freshman, Carson Lyles, but he gains positive yardage to about the 25. That'll be a gain of about 5, 2nd and 5.
Oh, that thing looked like it was going to bust for a touchdown.
It did.
When it first got the football. Wow.
Scott City breaks the huddle back to their 2 tight end set. Pistol wing tee on 2nd down. Welker carry this time. Bursts through the middle. Has a first down and more. Inside the 20. Runs over Buffalo down into the red zone at the 11-yard line. 15 yards and a Beaver first down.
Of all the running backs we got, Adam, Welker has that fullback lean.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. He is just like at the end of that play, he knows he's going down, and he just dove in the air for extra yardage. Beautiful.
Into the Lewis Automotive red zone at the 11-yard line. 6:40 to go first quarter. Handoff Welker left side inside the 10, and he is double-leg tackled at about the 5. It's going to be a 6-yard carry on first down as they go left side this time. And Carson Lyles was between him and the end zone, 2nd down and 4.
Oh, Adam, these kids are fun to watch, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
This is a fun. Hey, and we're going to be at home next week, aren't we?
Yeah, that'll be weird, won't it?
Yeah, it will be kind of weird. I had to check that out for sure with you. Who's coming to town?
Yeah, Hugoton.
Oh, they're undefeated.
Yes, they are. 2nd and 4 to 5. Here's a sweep play right side to Thomas, and TMP has him stuffed. Maybe a gain of a yard to the 4. Tackle from behind by Michael Hale, and that'll set up about a 3rd and now they'll say no gain at the 5. 3rd down coming up.
Ray was undefeated when we played him.
Yes.
Hugoton is undefeated at the moment. Who do we? Holcomb's undefeated, Nick. Hey, we're kind of running Murderer's Row here, aren't we?
Yes. And we're past the midway point of this first quarter. 3rd down and 4 at the 5 for Scott City. Receiver split wide right. They'll send Thomas in motion, that pistol wing T. Here's Metzger, quarterback sweep. He's got room inside the 5. He's going to be near a 1st down at the 1-yard line. He could get the 1st down without scoring a touchdown.
I think he got it.
He did. Where they have it, it's inside the 1. He needed to get clearly inside the 1. And where they spotted, he's definitely got it. And the Whitehead says it's 1st and goal.
A good play. Now we got 4 opportunities to get it in from the inside the 1-yard line.
5:27 here in this first quarter. The Scott City Beavers are about 2 feet away from scoring the first points of the night. 6 down linemen for the Monarchs. Hits up the middle. Welker left side, standing up, touchdown. Welker finds pay dirt for the 5th time this year, and it's Scott City 6, TMP nothing with 5:17 to go first quarter.
Nothing fancy about that, Adam.
No.
Just right off left guard tackle and into the end zone. Beautiful drive. Now
it was.
Let's see if we can make this.
Here we go. Here's Aldo Munoz. His PAT is up, and it is good. It splits the uprights. We'll explain the college goalpost here when we come back. 7-0 Scott City. We're at the 5:17 mark of period 1. The Beavers to kick in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football. Scott City football.
If you're like most people, you travel all over.
Bring it back.
Tomorrow will bring. But if there's no rain in your future, a drought can and will happen.
Football here tonight brought to you by American Implement, B&H Paving, Bartley Grain, Beavertown, FFL, Beefville, Burning Farms, Brookover Cattle Company, Shells Flour and More, Decal Bear, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Hewitt and Berta Benz, Fairleigh Companies, and First National Bank. Scott City taking advantage of short field, 6 plays, 31 yards, 2:07 off the clock. Brady Welker in from a yard out, and Aldo Munoz kicks in the PAT to make it 7-0. And after Freddie Sines kicks us off in the kick return, we'll explain about the goalpost here at Fort Hays State. It's a little different from high school. We'll tell you that here after this kick. It's an end over and kick, angled left side. Harris will take it from his own 6. Goes right down the same 15, 20. Oh, look out, he's going to be gone. 30, 40, 50, 40, 30. It's a 95-yard kickoff return for TMP Marion, and they're to within 1 at 7-6 with 5:03 to go first quarter.
Well, Adam, that was blocked really, really well. They only had 1 guy back to receive the football. A lot of times teams will have 2, some will have 3. They had 1 guy, so that means 10 on 11 to make the blocks out there. And boy, everybody made great blocks. Right, and they all stayed way up close here. All the blockers for TMP stayed close. Man, that was...
And it will be Henry Spanier to kick PATs out of the hole to Carson Lyles. Snap is high, placed down, the kick is up, and it is perfect. And just like that, 14 seconds after Scott City scores, we're all squared up at 7. 5:03 to go first quarter. Real quickly, the goalpost, the explanation on that real quickly. They're using the college regulation goalposts here at Fort Hays State. Of course, they're on a college field here, but they are 5 feet narrower than the high school goalpost.
Yes, and they're like 3 times as tall as what we have at Scott City. I wish they weren't that narrow, but I understand. We're playing college football on a college football field, I guess.
Yes.
I should say. Well, that brought some excitement over here to our side of the field. We're on the press box, home side.
It is homecoming here at TMP tonight. And also football here brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker, Fro Heating and Cooling, Fro Ag Service, Fro Electric, Great Western Tire, so Harris Chiropractic and Acupuncture, HRC Feed Yards, also High Choice Feeders, Hammy Farms, J&R Car and Truck, Janner Trucking, JF Beaver Advertising, Jackson Legal Group. Well, they're awake now. It's 7-7 here with 5:03 to go first quarter. That was a pretty quick jolt for the Monarchs.
It was. That really builds up the spirit for your team. You thinking you can do, hey, man, we're right here with them. Well, we came up here to see a good football game, Adam. We knew it would be a good game.
Henry Spino, who just kicked a PAT, he has it teed up at the 40-yard line. You have a couple to return for Scott City. He has had few touchbacks this year. He was now 11 of 13 on PATs. This is a returnable kick, and it's going to be taken at about the 13-yard line. This is Peregrino across the 20, 25, 30, 35. Peregrino will take it across the 40 to the Scott City 42-yard line. So the Beavers with a good field position to begin this third drive of theirs in the first quarter with a 7-7 score.
We really, on our kickoff return, we had about 5 guys way back there, where TMP only had 1 guy way back there to receive the kickoff and had all their guys up a little closer. So there's just a difference, but we almost broke that thing right there, Adam. You could just see the hole develop, and this is a fantastic return starting at the 43.
Yep, officially marked at the 43. The Beavers will go with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol wing T setup is they do not use the play clocks here for the games here at Lewis Field Stadium. It'll be Metzger rolling to his right on first down. Has Rumford wide open right side, and he loses it at the 30-yard line. It was going to be a tough play anyway, Tim. He was right on the boundary, but it's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
What I like about it, Adam, Metzger threw the ball in the area. If he could have led Rumford, that would have been a better deal, but he threw it in the area. He's under a little pressure. He's rolling to his right, trying to get rid of the football, and he leaves it up to the receiver. You go come up with it. And it was a nice play. Nice thought.
7-7 Scott City and TMP tied here with 4:51 to go first quarter. It's 2nd and 10 for the Beavers at their own 42-yard line. They move it back there, and kind of a bad snap on the left side. This is Lawson Bailey trying to get the edge, and he is going to lose 2, and he's going to get up in it immediately at the 41-yard line.
Wow.
And that one on the tackle was Austin Gilbert. He's in there right now for Harris, who's getting a breather after that kickoff return. It's a loss of a couple, brings up 3rd and a dozen.
Well, TMP reacted to that quickly, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
That was one of those sweep things that we usually do pretty well with, but that time we didn't block it that well.
It's 3rd and about 12 after the 2-yard loss for the Beavers just across their own 40-yard line. 7-all as we approach 4 to go first quarter. Bailey and Rumford will be split wide to the right. Shotgun setup as Metzger rolls to his right on 3rd down, steps up, looks downfield. Now we'll have to tuck it, and he's going to be sacked. Michael Hale will bring him back. Correction, that is Harrison Lowe on the blitz, all the way back to the 38-yard line, make it the 37-yard line for a loss of 4, and it's a 3 and out for Scott City.
Well, I don't know. I think Welker will just line this one up and kick it quick. I don't think he'll do any running attempts.
And Harris is back to receive the kick. A good snap from Lewis. He'll boot this one away. A lower kick, but it's angled left. Keeps it on the turf. Harris will let it bounce right into his lap at the 20-yard line. And Scott City has him well contained there. Leading the charge on the kickoff return was Alex Tarango. A nice boot by Welker that time of about 44 yards here with 3:26 to go first quarter. 7-7 score.
The nice thing about that punt, Adam, it was really on the ground and had that roll going for it, where it was that end over end thing, and when it hit, man, it just kept on going. That was a great punt.
That was. Welker's had some really good punts this year.
He has got that thing going. Let's hope it continues.
Second possession for the Monarchs. They return the kickoff return after Scott City had scored first, and they have it at their own 21-yard line, right hash mark. Flexbone set with the 2 receiver set, 1 to both sides. They'll send a man in motion, and it'll be a toss left side. Turning it upfield is going to be Landon Rosine. He'll get about a couple to the 22-yard line, just a gain of 1. Lewis in there playing a little bit more on the defensive end side. He'll make the stop, 2nd and 9.
Well, ideal situation. Scott City stops TMP here, deep in their territory. They have to punt again.
Yes.
TMP's thought would be to have a 12-play drive and score another touchdown.
That would be a good old traditional drive there.
Yes,
2nd and 9, 22-yard line. Monarchs will send Spano wide left. It's about 6 down linemen for the Beavers on the front wall there. On 2nd and 9, that flexbone set, they're going to run the option pitch at right side. That's going to be going nowhere. The pitch was to Landon Rosine, and right there is going to be Cesar Peregrino along with Colin McDaniel. Look like there with a loss. It was Peregrino, excuse me.
I think that's that one. Isn't that Evan Fry?
Or correction, yeah, Evan Fry. The 8s and the 2s are pretty tough there. But
yeah, he's such a little guy, can't even wear the uniform, man. To read his numbers.
Loss of 6 on the play. Make to the 20 or 16-yard line.
Adam, you were right on there. We had 6 guys at the line of scrimmage, and man, we were in the backfield quick on that one.
TMP's taking their time walking up to the line. They'll run a 2 receiver set, 2 wings. Flexbone set from their own 16. Back to pass. Here is Lyles. He'll set up the middle. Pass is picked off. Oh, juggled it. No, dropped. Lawson Bailey had it read perfectly, and he was thinking pick 6 and just could not reel in the pigskin, and it's going to be a 3 and out, though, for the Beavers.
It hit Bailey right in the belly, and it looked like he had it because he's. And then all of a sudden the ball gets ahead of him, and so he reaches out to kind of double catch it. And that's where he lost it. I mean, he was running. I mean, he was headed for the end zone. He probably took his eye off the ball because he was within 17 yards of having a touchdown.
Spano booted off about a 40-yard punt his first time up, standing at his own 4-yard line, taking the snap from Michael Hale, and he'll kick this one away. Nice low kick. It's going to send it into Scott City territory, and it's going to take a nice roll inside the 40, inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line, and then picked up by Bailey. He'll take it for 2 to the 35.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, well, that's a gutsy move.
You ever seen anybody do that?
It's been a couple of times. I've seen that more than in 8-man ranks, but
wow. I usually see him fake it, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody pick it up with the defender standing right there.
It's a gutsy move, but
woo,
yeah,
that's taking a chance.
It is. 35-yard line for the Beavers. 1st and 10 up, or tied at 7 here with 1:36 to go first quarter. As the Beavers will send Avery Knoll to the left. Tight end right side is Rumford. 2 wings, pistol wing T. It'll be a carry for Alex Tarango, and he is going backwards. TMP is just swallowing up the front wall of Scott City right now in this first quarter. That is a loss of 3 to the 32-yard line.
Ooh, okay, I need to pay attention. I'm going to put the binoculars on this time and watch the offensive and defensive line because, I mean, Adam, there it looked like a blue wall coming through. Got to see what we're doing. And now let's see what, if they're coming that quick, do something quick to the outside.
2nd and 13, 32-yard line, pistol wing team. Metzger back to pass, swinging out left side. Here's Tarango, his first varsity catch, 40. Uses his speed and gets the first down close to the 45. They will give it to him at the 46-yard line for a gain of 14 where he's brought out of bounds. That time by Austin Gilbert, but it's a Beaver 1st and 10.
Well, like I just said, do something quick to the outside. That's exactly what we did. A little down and out thing, quick throw. And you beat the rush.
Scott City's 5th 1st and 10 of the quarter. Under a minute to go here in the opening quarter.
Nice throw, nice catch by Tarango. Cut up field.
46-yard line, excuse me. Man in motion, they'll swing a little tunnel screen to Avery Knoll. He'll make the catch, turns it up, side steps, and he will gain maybe 2 to the 48-yard line before driven back. And the Monarchs had it covered pretty nicely. Garrett Photo looks like he was the one that made the stop.
Run to the daylight, run to the sideline, then cut it up. That was a good play started. All right, and still there again was a quick thing to the outside.
Trying to get TMP spread out a little bit on this defense.
Absolutely. Quit staying inside all those guys and quit blitzing right up the middle on us.
Tied in left, 2nd and 9, 47-yard line. Final 15 seconds of this first quarter. The toss it left side to Lawson Bailey. He'll turn it upfield, 45 into TMP territory. He'll dive forward to the 46. A nice gain on the play of about 6 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 2, or make that 7 yards, and that's going to be our final play of period number 1. We're all deadlocked at 7. 12 minutes in the books here at Lewis Field Stadium here in Hayes. We'll come back for the second quarter in 1 minute. This is Beaver football.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
To you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Testing. Okay. Welcome back here to Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes. Scott City with a 3rd and 2 at the TMP 46-yard line when play resumes to begin this second quarter. Scott City with 7-7 tie here with TMP. They're 1 of 3 on 3rd downs. Pistol wing T set up, and it's going to be up the middle to Welker. Gets the 45. He's going to be very close to the first down. He might be right on the marker where they spot it over on the left side. That line judge on the left side has him right on the stick at the 44. That's his 5th carry for 52 yards in the first half, and it's a 1st and 10.
Yep.
So it is for 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Opening seconds of the second quarter, 7-all is your score. And here's the handoff right side. This is Welker. Shoots there across the 45. He'll be at the 41. It's a 3-yard gain on 1st and 10, setting up a 2nd down and 7. And in there on the tackle once again is Ethan Balthazar, 195-pound junior. Their linebackers really flow pretty well to the football.
Yes, they do, for TMP. Well,
and it's also interesting. You got to block 270, 280, 205 on those 3 down linemen.
They are big. 5-man front. 2nd
and 7. 2 tight ends set. It'll be a sweep play. Left side, Lawson Bailey has a lot of room. Trying to bounce the outside. He cannot get it in further than the 37-yard line. As in on the tackle that time was Garrett Photo. Sets up, though, another 3rd and about 3.5.
Well, when he got the football at him, I thought, oh, this one's going for 10, 15 yards. But that shows you the speed that TMP has to get to the play and shut it down.
This is at the 38-yard line. Just a gain of 3, sets up a 3rd and 4. 10:40 to go first half, tied at 7. Man in motion, play fake. Metzger rolls to his right. Will swing it out right. Oh, deflected last second. Evan Balthazar. They were looking for Lawson Bailey, who was open in the flats. And that pass falls incomplete. And decision time here for Coach Jim Turner on 4th and 4.
You go for it. I don't think you punt this.
No. Right now, 4th down and 4. Scott City this year on 4th downs are 4 of 5. They were 2 of 3 at Millwood last week.
Here's a good time for a misdirection play.
Ball at the 38-yard line. It's going to be a confusion here. We may end up seeing a time. Nope. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. About under 10 to snap it. We do get the timeout. Scott City will take it here. 10:33 to go second quarter. 7's on the scoreboard. Scott City and TMP. 1-minute break. This is Beaver football. Beaver football.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
To us, it's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in, because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play, we do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless, we are Kansas.
A big 4th and 4 from the 38-yard line of TMP here for Scott City. As it'll be Jaden Lewis, the senior center, hovering over the ball. Twin receivers to the right. Two-wing setup here. Empty backfield. Back to passes. Metzger down the seam. No, he'll go left side. Can no get underneath it? Yes, he will. Inside the 10. It's 1st and goal. Inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark him down at about the 4-yard line on a 34-yard fly pattern to Avery Knoll.
That was pretty simple. Wide receiver just run straight down the sideline. Quarterback, get a lineman block, let him have about 3 seconds and fling it down there. You know, that's a timing thing too, Adam. And here we are, we're in the 4th game of the year. You should have your timing down on those big fly patterns like that. Here we go, 1st and 4.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line for the Beavers here. 10-10 to go first half. Up the middle to Welker. Inside the 5. Into the end zone. Scott City touchdown. Right up the gut of the Monarch defense. And it's Scott City back on top at 13-7 with 10:09 to go first half.
Yeah, baby. Nothing fancy about that. Just like that one, last time we went off tackle a little bit. Well, guard tackle. This time I think we went right behind the center.
That was Scott City's longest scoring drive of the year, 65 yards unofficial. That kick is good. It sneaks in left upright. Aldo Munoz is now 11 of 13 on the year and puts Scott City up 14-7. First 2 minutes into the period number 2 from Lewisfield Stadium and Hayes. We'll come back with a Beaver kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Scott City football. This is Scott City football.
To us, it's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in, because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play, we do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless, we are Kansas.
Beaver's scoring drive there was a nice 9-play, 65-yard drive and 3:17 off the clock. A nice 4-yard plunge by Brady Welker, who now has 6 touchdowns on the year. And the extra point was knocked in by Aldo Munoz and makes it 14-7. We'll see what Scott City does this time around here. And it'll actually be Munoz that's going to be kicking off from the 40-yard line this time around. His first kickoff this year on varsity. Cade Harris, who returned the kickoff 95 yards, deep to return for TMP.
Okay, what do you think they're going to do? Kick it on the ground?
They kick it shorter here. Yeah, we'll see. Got the Scott City coaches to the left of us here up top on the west side at Lewisfield Stadium. This one's a kick that's going to be lower line drive, picked up by Harris on the bounce at his 3 this time. Surveys it and goes left side 26-yard line, and Colin McDaniel with the upender near the 27-yard line. So much better coverage on the kickoff return that time for the Beavers.
Well, it helped that the ball was kicked completely over here in the corner too, Adam, instead of being really high. And it'd be nice if we could get one of the kickers to kick it in the end zone, and then it would be a dead ball.
Well, virtually no wind here tonight at Lewisfield Stadium.
I know.
That's, we need to win one side or the other, right?
Yeah, it'd be a tall order. I like the no wind.
So you have Tanner Gooden and also Oscar Mendez playing that interior tackle position, and then Jaden Lewis and also Lawson Bailey at the DN spots. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line, and they'll send a man in motion. It'll be play fake, and now pump fake down the seam, and it's going to be picked off by Avery Knoll. He picks it off, underthrown, intended receiver that time was Peyton Schwartz down the seam. They had worked on that in practice, and that time the patience paid off for Knoll. He gets his first pick of the year.
Well, Knoll had really good coverage that time on the TMP receiver, and the ball was underthrown just a little bit. And the TMP kid had to come back for it. Well, Avery was right there. It was just, he had the space. And the TMP kid was going to have to interfere him to really get him out of the way. So it was a great play.
I believe that's his first pick since the game saver at Smoky Valley last year. Back to pass Metzger. He's under duress immediately. Works his way back to the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, and then he sits down literally at the 46 for a gain of 1. He literally sat down.
Well, yeah, he was on top of the TMP kid and rolled over, and he hadn't touched the ground yet with his elbows or knees, so they gave him that extra yard.
Colton Hagen's the 280-pound lineman with the tackle at the 46. Second down as we're under 9.5 to go first half. Scott City 14, TMP Marion 7. 3-0 Monarchs, 2-1 Scott City. They'll hand it off left side to Welker on second down, but there's a pair of navy blue shirts meeting him at the line, but Welker takes it for 3 to the 49, setting up a 3rd down and 6.
TMP that time had, 5 linemen. Their 2 DNs are standing up and 3 down linemen, and had 3 linebackers. So that's 8 guys in the box, and that means from tackle to tight end, actually. And so they're expecting Scott to run it, and look at him, he moved that ball half a yard forward.
All right, 3rd and 6, 8:45 to go first half. Half wing to the right side, 3 receiver set. Metzger has time, now we'll throw it to left side, and it's almost caught over the shoulder by Avery Knoll. It's going to bring up a 3 and out for Scott City, as the Beavers are now +7 in the turnover department after that pick. It's going to be 3 and out though.
+7. That means we have taken the ball away 7 times from the opponents.
Yes.
In these 4 games.
7 more than we've turned it over.
Oh, that is awesome, Adam.
Welker with his 3rd punt of the half, coming here with 8:37 to go, second quarter snap. He's got plenty of time. He's got a rugby-style kick. This one angles it right side, and it's going to be a good one. Bounces inside the 20, and it's going to be down right there at about the 16-yard line by Colin McDaniel. A 35-yard punt, no return with 8:28 to go first half. Beavers up 7.
Well, I like the idea that it seems like every time TMP is starting deep in their hole, in their field, into the field.
They'll end up marking this at their own 15-yard line. The Monarchs run a 2 receiver set, 1 to both sides. The wing to the left is Harris, and the backfield is Landon Rosine. Under center is the freshman Carson Lyles. He'll hand it off right side. This is the Harris on first down. Bounces back left, takes it across the 20, and TMP's best play of the night will get him about 6 to the 21-yard line, setting up a 2nd and 4.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Harris, number 10, he's the one who run the touchdown back on the kickoff, and he you can bet they would love to have him in open space somehow. I'm surprised they don't do some more things to get him out in open space, like put him in a wide out, throw him the ball out there and put it one-on-one, make somebody have to tackle him one-on-one.
7:50 to go first half, 14-7 Beavers. 2nd down at about 4 from the 21-yard line, middle of the field. 4 receiver set for TMP. They will run an speed option right side, keeping it, and brought down near the 23-yard line is going to be the quarterback Carson Lyles, and I believe that was Jaden Lewis in on the tackle for a gain of about 2. It is set up about a 3rd and 2, make it 3rd and 1 from the 24.
When Adam says speed option is where there's no fullback to fake it to. The quarterback just takes the snap, runs down from underneath center, runs down the line of scrimmage, and he can either pitch it or cut up field himself. Nobody to fake it to, except that guy trailing him who he could fake a pitch to. It's a nice play. It's a different way of doing an option.
TMP's 0 for 2 on third downs. They will send one to the left. Evan Fry will cover him. 3rd and a yard from their own 24 right hash mark. A man in motion. It'll be a handoff left side, and that's going to be blown up immediately for a loss on the play. Brady Wilker in there leading the charge along with Oscar Mendez on the ball carrier. That time, Peyton Schwartz. He will lose about a yard to the 23.
Adam, we had great penetration. It was like we knew the play. And they had 2 blockers leading into that hole from the backfield. I mean, that was great defense.
That was TMP's 3rd punt of the half. They've only had 4 offensive possessions. And that time,
what are we
Schwartz.
doing? Oh, he's drying his hands on his neighbor's pants.
All right. Well, Schwartz took a big blow that time. He's over on the sideline. They're without one of their top running backs tonight, Gavin Shoemaker. Here's a good snap, and the kick away this time is by Caden Harris. He will, Colin McDaniel catch at his own 41-yard line, goes left side, midfield, into Monarch territory, out across the 45 in TMP territory is where he's going to be brought down out of bounds by Evan Balthazar after about a 45-yard kick and about a 16, 17-yard return.
Yeah, I agree with you. 17, 18 yards. Nice return. Nice blocking for Scott City, holding up the TMP Monarchs from getting downfield quickly.
Let's be right at the 45 of TMP. Scott City's 2nd possession that starts in Monarch territory. We're right at the halfway mark of the 2nd quarter, just a little bit past it. 5:57 to go before intermission. The Beavers with a 14-7 advantage. I'll split Noel to the right, tight end, and left side. We have a timeout taken by TMP. We'll take it as well. 5:57 to go, 2nd quarter. Scott City 14, TMP 7. Back in a minute. This is Beaver football. In a minute, this is Beaver. That's how it balanced that way. Here's 14-7 Scott City. We're at the midway point of period number 2. Here both teams.
If we'd have got Ulysses on the schedule tonight, we wouldn't have played TMP maybe.
Yeah.
I like this game.
All right, here we go. Play resumes. 45-yard line, left hash mark for Scott City and TMP territory. Wilker up the middle, breaks through a tackle. 40, 35, almost broke another one. He's inside the Monarch 30 to the 29-yard line. 16 more on his 9th carry. He's averaging 9 yards a carry and another 1st and 10 for Scott City.
Oh, that Wilker, he is a tough kid to bring down. Man, he played some as a freshman, and last year he looked pretty good, but Adam, it's like night and day difference with that. He is really something this year.
No doubt you're going to be a different player from being a sophomore to a junior.
Yes.
29-yard line, left hash mark for the Beavers. Pistol wing T with the wing to the left. Handoff left side, Welker again. He runs into a pile and ekes out a yard or two to the 28-yard line. That was slow rolling that time. 2nd down coming up underneath the pile was Ethan Balthazar for the Monarchs of TMP out of the MCL.
Yeah, that was, they had us pushed all up there like they knew where it was coming, and Welker it was a miracle getting a yard, half a yard, whatever he got. A little positive.
Yes. 2nd down as we approach 5 minutes to go first half. 4th play of this drive. Beavers make that 3rd play of this drive. Scott City with a 14-7 advantage. Receiver right is Avery Knoll, man in motion. It's going to be a sweep right side. This is Metzger turning it up. Nice run inside the 25. He'll take it for about 6 to the 23, setting up about a 3rd and manageable.
3rd and manageable? Is that what you
said? Yes.
Yeah, that was a nice play. I like it that Metzger gets to carry the ball some, and We haven't seen any misdirection play. I'm a misdirection kind of guy, you know?
Yeah. Well, maybe down the road here.
Maybe TMP. Well, their backers are fast. Now we got a timeout by the official.
That looked like coming off.
I think they're going to make this kid go out.
That's Michael Hill, the 205-pound senior.
Blood on the hand?
Yeah, yep. So they'll sub in another defensive lineman that time. That's Lincoln Vowling, a 185-pound junior.
Or it's his shoe or knee. What are they doing?
Who knows? But third down coming up. Scott City 2 of 6 on third down. Leading this one 14-7 as we're near the 4-minute mark of the first half. It's a sweep play. Lawson Bailey has a hold, bounces it outside, trying to get outside the numbers, and he takes it for a couple to the 21-yard line, setting him about a 4th and yard and a half.
Yeah, Adam, here's another big play. 56 is coming back in. What they did was, I think his knee pad was loose or something. They put tape around that knee pad to hold it in position. Now his left one's loose.
Scott City's second attempt on fourth down in this first half. They have a yard to go at the 20 of TMP. Pistol wing T set up. Welker with the carry. Bursts through there. Has got the 1st and 10 inside the 20. Into the Lewis Automotive red zone at the 18. Needed one. He doubled that.
Beautiful.
Scott City has had a 9-play drive, and now they'll have play number 6 of this drive at the 18 of TMP here late second quarter, 3.5. They've burned off 2.5 minutes on this drive that started at the Monarch 45-yard line. Up 14-7. Colin McDaniel split wide to the right. Also, Rumford will be a slot receiver to the right. 2 wings set up for the Beavers. Send a man in motion. It'll be a keeper right side for Metzger, and he's going to be upended immediately. That time, TMP collapsed the right side of that line, losing a couple back to the 20. Upending that time was Landon Rosine for TMP.
Yeah, TMP had great Thomas More prep. We should say that occasionally. Yeah. Thomas More prep up here in Hayes. They got a great penetration on our right side of the field. That's where the play was going from their left defensive side.
Second and a dozen. Pistol wing team, man in motion. Metzger play faking, and now the Cavalry's coming. Pass in the middle. Rumford makes the catch. He's going to have a first down as he moves his way toward the 5-yard line. And in front of him that time was Henry Spender, the free safety.
Boy, I tell you, Rumford is a big kid, 6'3" or 6'5", whatever, and 215. And the kid tackling him is a 5'8", 150-pounder. That's why Rumford got a few extra yards on the.
They'll give him 14 to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. 2:23 to go first half. The Beavers up by 14-7 score. It'll be a toss. That was knocked, and TMP recovers the toss at the 15-yard line. They were going to toss it to Lawson Bailey left side, and Scott City turns the ball over. That is their first fumble of the year.
Well, first fumble of the year that we've lost. Wow. Well, what happened was there was a quick pitch. The quarterback took the ball, and then he's going to quick pitch it out here to Bailey at the edge. Well, I think that kid who got the recovery, he has watched film, and he maybe recognized the formation, thought he saw the play. He got across the line of scrimmage and had his hands on that ball that was pitched. If he had caught it, that would have been 70, 80 yards for a touchdown. But instead, he just knocked it down backwards and then comes back here and recovers the fumble. Timeout?
Yep, TMP's going to burn their second timeout with 2:16 to go first half. It's Scott City 14, TMP 7. Back in 1 minute. This is Beaver Football. I'd like to thank J&R Car and Truck Center for providing transportation here tonight to Hayes. You can view their new and pre-owned inventory in their lot at J&R Car Truck Center, West 5th Street, Scott City, or online jrcarandtruck.com. After the fumble and TMP timeout, they're down to 1. 1st and 10 Monarchs at their own 16. Scott City had a nice drive going, but the pitch that had a hand in the way to TMP, they recovered it at the 16-yard line. Man in motion after a 4-receiver set on first down. It's a sweep right side, and Lewis almost got him down. Harris, another flag comes out, and this time he's up into the 10-yard line by Evan Fry, make it the 11, but there is laundry on the field.
I think it's blocking the back. That's what I'm going to call. On TMP.
I think if you're Scott City, if it's on TMP, you decline the penalty and take the play.
I agree totally, because it'd only be half to the distance.
Oh, nope, face mask.
Oh!
5-yard variety, it looks like. Man, that's a tough break for the Beavers. Instead of 2nd and 15 at their own 11, it's going to bring up 1st and 5, we believe.
Man, all I could see was our second guy that tried to make the tackle. I thought their guy shoved him in the back.
Okay, but it is a 5-yard penalty from the spot, so in essence, it's still 1st and 10.
1st and 10, yeah.
It's like a reset.
So inadvertent face mask.
Yep, just the 5-yard variety. 6 seconds tick off the clock as we approach 2 minutes to go first half. It is TMP's ball to begin the third quarter, by the way. Scott City does have a 7-point lead at 14-7. 3 receivers, make that a 4-receiver set, twins to both sides. 1 man in the backfield, that is Peyton Schwartz. Under center is Lyles. They send Harris in motion from left to right. It'll be a carry on first down. That's to Schwartz, and he is going to lose a yard to the 15. Tanner Gooden helping the charge that time. Jaden Lewis as well, looked like, in there on the tackle. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11 as we're at the 95-second mark of the first half.
75 for us, that's Oscar
Mendez.
That's who got in there. He really shoved his blocker out of the way and got in there and made the first hit.
Talk about a sophomore trying to mature at a quick rate on the road as a sophomore.
Yeah, first time starting too, isn't it?
Yep, first year starting. Yeah, 4 games there. 2nd and 11, under 90 seconds to go first half. It's another quick hitter up the middle, and Scott City's be content to slow it down. Do they think about taking a timeout here soon? They do. With 1:04, back to the 16, original line of scrimmage for Schwartz. Sets up a 3rd and 10. That was Cade Harris on the carry. Scott City's done a good job of holding him to just 11 or 12 yards on 5 carries in this first half.
Well, on the last play, I said Oscar Mendez, great. Shoved the blocker out of the way, made the tackle. This time he got double teamed. But you know what happened? Our linebacker right behind him got to make the tackle. So that's your job too as a defensive tackle, is a lot of times you don't get to make the tackle. You take on the double team and let your linebacker make the tackle. So, I mean, that kid, that's a good play.
Yeah, so that was just a gain of 1, setting up a 3rd and 10 with 64 seconds to go first half. And, I think Scott City, a lot more than anything else, they're going to go to the locker room here in about 64 seconds and feel like that they should be up by more than just 7 right now. They've played a good first half, just the mistakes that they have made have hurt them more than maybe TMP has hurt them.
I think so, Adam. I agree with that. We still got 64 seconds. Anything can happen in a 60. How long did it take that kid to run from one end to the other? About 12 seconds?
Yeah.
So you never know. This could be, in these 64 seconds, we're either going to have one team really deflated or one team really excited, or we're going to have both teams just kind of go with it's over, first half. There a lot of things could happen here.
And notice on this 3rd down play, Colton Hagens, the 280-pound junior left guard, is on the sideline holding his left elbow. They bring in a smaller lineman. I believe that is another freshman, Easton Worth. They have 2 freshmen on the left side of that line on 3rd and 10. As Carson Lyles, the freshman quarterback, goes under center, Scott City will blitz. It'll be a handoff left side, and Scott City blitzed it and disguised it well immediately. J.P. Harris read it immediately, and another timeout for Scott City with 58 seconds to go first half as the tackle is made all the way back at the 10-yard line.
That's a 6-yard loss.
Yes.
At least, close to 7.
Yeah.
Scott City's calling timeout because we want them to punt, and maybe we have an opportunity to tack on a few more points.
I think that's the idea here. But Scott City has held TMP 3 and out 4 times in this first half. Out of their 5 series, the other one was a 1-play interception.
Oh, Adam, that's pretty good defense.
Yes, it is.
5 yards to the end.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Okay.
Should have been 5 yards.
All right. All right, at 4th down at about 16 here from their own 10-yard line here.
Oh, man.
So there's a little bit of question on the, I think on the face mask there, Tim, we had from our coaches here. On the, to the left here, they were asking us, they thought maybe that could have been the
last play should have been 4th down.
Yeah. So, anyways, standing a yard deep in his own end zone is going to be Henry Spaniel. This is his 3rd punt of the half. And Scott City, well, 58 seconds, no timeouts, will send Colin McDaniel, a correction, that is, I believe, Tarango. It is Alex Tarango to receive this punt, but this one's angled right side and a boot. It's going to go across the 45, and Tarango will pick it up at his own 38. Jukes 1, 45, left sideline, midfield. 45 of TMP is where he's going to be shoved out of bounds. So 46 seconds, 45 yards to pay dirt. No timeouts for the Beavers, up 7. As he flipped up a 52-yard punt that time.
Well, we got 46 seconds to go 45 yards. I think we can do it.
Absolutely.
And then we might kick a field goal. You know, Mendez, is that who our kicker is?
Well, no, it's...
I can't remember.
Aldo Munoz.
He was kicking 25-yard field goals in the first in pregame.
He get a 26-yarder last week at Millwood. Here's 1st and 10. 2 receivers set, 1 to both sides, split wide to both sides toward the left hash mark. It'll be rolling to his right under duress. They'll throw it a home run ball, and it's going to be caught by Rumford inside the 25, and he's up in it at the 21-yard line. A 24-yard pass play. A correction, yeah, that is Rumford. His 2nd catch, and it sets up Scott City just outside the red zone.
Great catch. Great catch. Now the clock will start as soon as they get the... there they go. They start the clock. 39, 38, 37.
And Metzger
he downs it.
Will spike the ball, stops the clock, 34 seconds, 2nd and 10. He is 5 for 9 for 88 yards in this first half.
So we don't have any timeouts left? No.
So they spot the ball at the 21, you're correct. No timeouts for the Beavers, 14-7 lead. But what a great job by Rumford to call it in there while he was getting hit. That was not an easy catch.
Well, he kept his eye on it. And the defender just was right there with him as he caught the football. Now, the defender, of course, is only a 5'8" kid, and Rumford's 6'5", so that helps.
2nd down and 10. Pistol wing T, 2 receivers, 1 split to both ways. Tarango in motion. Here's Metzger back to pass. He's got a left side to Welker. He is going to be up in it immediately for a loss of a yard, and that'll be at the 22-yard line. 25 seconds to go. Clock continues to run here. It'll be a 3rd down coming up here for the Beavers. They are 2 of 7 on 3rd down to 22. 4 receivers set, 15 seconds. Back to passes. Metzger goes to the middle of the field, right side for Rumford. He will be knocked away at the end, incomplete. As he tried to get in the end zone, Spano, the the defender on the play, and we have a late flag coming out here. Yeah, we do. A late flag in the end zone on that black turf with 9 seconds to go, and that could be a dead ball. Don't know who it's going to be on.
Oh, I didn't. Unsportsmanlike.
Oh, TMP is going to be calling for the unsportsmanlike penalty. And so that'll be about a half a distance to the goal penalty to 11 with 9 seconds to go first half.
That had to be something that was said, Adam.
That's the only thing, yeah. It'll be an automatic 1st and 10, I believe, because it is a dead ball foul.
Yes, it'll be in my mind, it's a 1st and, well, where's the ball?
The 22, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yes, so it's only half the distance, but there's only 9 seconds left, Adam, at the 11. Now, are you going to throw the ball one more time? You're going to try the extra field goal right now?
I think you throw the ball and try to leave as much time, or leave a little time for the field goal.
You can't catch the ball in the field of play.
I think they're going to measure this. Well, that's interesting. That changes things if it's not going to be enough for a 1st down. I thought on a personal foul it would be an automatic 1st down. We'll have to ask an official after the game on that.
No. In pro football it probably is, but not in high school. That's my thought. I better put the glasses down.
It is a first down.
Oh, I don't know if I throw. I think I just kick the extra field goal. Kick the field goal.
Well, there's 9 seconds left here in the first half. You really have time for 2 plays here.
Adam, if we catch the ball in the field of play, the clock will run out. We'll never be able to line up and down it.
That's the risk you take, though. I mean, so you either want to. It's end zone or bust, really.
No, that's right. You throw the ball into the end zone, nowhere else.
TMP does have about 5 guys up on the line here, 1st and 10, and they will take their final timeout of the half. With 9 seconds, we'll take a 30-second break. Scott City up 14-7. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football. For Scott City football tonight, brought to you by Lebanon Lawn and Tree, Lone Tree Farms and Livestock, McCarty Family Farms, Metzger Appraisals and Metzger Family Farms, Midwest Mixer, Western Bearing, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Norder Supply, New Life Market, Plain Chance, Platinum H Insurance, Pokey Feeders. We're just across the top of the hour here on KSKL Scott City, and big first down and 10 from the 11 for Scott City. Both teams out of timeouts late second quarter.
They put Harris on Rumford.
Yeah, you can get that athleticism. You have 5'11" still on 6'5" right there.
That's right, but it's not 5'8", and Harris is probably one of the best athletes on the other team.
Oh, yes, absolutely. 1st and 10 from the 11. Scott City has maybe 2 plays left in this half. Here's Metzger back to pass. Now under duress, and he will. He's going to be sacked, and that's going to be the end of your first half. He tried to throw the ball there. He couldn't, and he's going to be tackled right at the end of the first half. And so Scott City misses 2 opportunities in the red zone. They take a 7-point lead in the locker room at 14-7. We'll step aside for a 3-minute break for this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver football.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
I'm Thaddeus Butler.
And I'm Hannah Farrell, and you're watching the BBN Weekly News. Now we have Annie Talbert with updates on Beaver sports.
Fall sports are in full swing at Scott Community High School. I interviewed Erin Masaya, a junior tennis player, to ask how the tennis team is doing.
I think the season is going pretty well. We, as a team, have scored very well, and we've won a lot of our meets that we've went to. I feel very good about upcoming games. I'm going to play singles today and doubles next week, and I feel pretty good about those two. And as a team, I think we're going to do very well at those meets. The biggest challenge we have faced is we've been to a couple of really windy meets, and that's kind of hard to play through, but we've gotten through it and we've done good at those meets. I'm working on getting better spots and hitting sharper shots, and as a team I think we're working better at working together well. Like with newer doubles partners, we're working on just working as a team as a whole. I've learned to not be discouraged when you're playing. If you're playing and you're doing bad, if you're getting discouraged, it's going to get worse. So I've learned to keep a more positive attitude, and eventually you'll catch back up.
Thanks, Erin. Here are Scott City's upcoming sports events. Football is traveling to Hayes to play TMP tonight. Cross country and tennis are traveling to meets on Saturday. JV football plays here against TMP on Monday. On Tuesday, golf is traveling to Syracuse and JV tennis is traveling to Tribune. Also, volleyball will be playing a game in Scott City against Southwestern Heights on Tuesday. For BBN, I'm Annie Talbert.
Thanks, Annie. Always nice to hear about our student athletes.
Now to Shasta Hope with the weather.
Welcome back to your weekend weather forecast. This weekend we will have some more comfortable temperatures with some slight overcast skies. Friday we will have some cloud coverage with a high of 84 and a low of 50. Saturday there will be a high of 88 and a low of 51. And a high of 79 and a low of 47 on Sunday. Have a wonderful weekend and go Beavs. For BBN, I'm Shasta Hope.
Thanks, Shasta.
And with that, I'm Hannah Farrell.
And I'm Thaddeus Butler. Thanks for joining us this week.
Enemy here for the most part in this first half.
Well, Adam, that can happen. We're your own worst enemy, but you know I'm going to lay some blame on TMP too. They're a good ball club and well coached, and they know what's going on, and they seem to have blown us up in a couple of really timely places. But yeah, we've had some things. Well, you know, we got to remember we're high school kids. We watch so much college football and pro football that we think the kids should perform at that level sometimes. We got to be careful of that. At least I do. I need to be careful of that, expecting those things. But shoot, I've been watching football for 60 years, and these kids have been playing for what, 5 or 6, 7? You know, I don't know. It's a different thing. It's been a great game. This is a great high school football game, and that's how we need to remember it. High school football, where there's going to be mistakes and issues and problems, and how well coached have you got your kids and ready for those situations that happen, and kids are still kids and make mistakes, and it's just part of football.
It is. Real quickly, we'll take a look at the scoring summary here in this first half here. The stats we'll say later on in the half, but they are a little bit lopsided, but nonetheless, we'll get things going here. Scott City did score first with 5:17 to go in the first quarter. It was a Brady Welker 1-yard run. Aldo Munoz's PAT made it 7-0 Beavers. That was on their second drive. 6-play, 31-yard drive that took a little over 2 minutes off the clock. And then on the ensuing kickoff, it was Cade Harris going 95 yards to kickoff return for the touchdown. Second straight week, Sky City's given up at least a 95-yard kickoff return. They would tie it up at 7-all on the Henry Spano PAT. Scott City, or it would be 7-7 after one. Scott City go 3 and out. TMP would go 3 and out. The Beavers would drive on their opening possession late first quarter into second quarter. A 9-play, 65-yard drive. One of their better drives of the year so far. It took 3:17 off the clock. And it was Brady Welker finding the end zone from 4 yards out. Aldo Munoz kicked the extra point, 14-7. It's been a juggernaut back and forth defensive battle. Scott City's had a couple of drives that started the TMP 45 that ended inside the Monarch 15. One was a fumble and a pitch out that was recovered by TMP at the Monarch 16. The one was a sack taken by Metzger right at the end of the first half with no timeouts. Could not get on the ball to stop it, and it is halftime here, 14-7. But other than that, Scott City's controlled the game here with their defense here in this first half.
Well, the defense is really the best thing. Adam, I've been saying that for years. I think we have a wonderful defense. I still think we have a wonderful defense. They're showing it tonight for sure. Them stats you were talking about. What are they? You told me they had 1 first down in the first.
No first downs.
No first downs. There you go. That kind of tells the story, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. We will take about a 3-minute break here. They're going to have an extended halftime. They're doing their homecoming ceremony here at the break. We'll talk about some of the new classification that came out today. That involves some area teams, some regional teams. We'll talk about that in 3 minutes. We'll have a little time. We'll have stats and more coming up here as well. 14-7, Scott City leads TMP at the break. Back in 3 minutes. This is Beaver Football. 3 minutes.
If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out J&R Car and Truck Center of Scott City. J&R Car and Truck has a fully trained service and parts staff for repairs on most makes and models of vehicles. Locally owned and operated, J&R Car and Truck Center provides over 250 new and used vehicles in stock and ready to be delivered. Stop on in and check out jrcarandtruck.com for your next vehicle. J&R Car and Truck Center, your Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealership in Scott City.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry Office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
Fairleigh Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current Beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairleigh Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
Big pays for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
This year, classifications came out for the school year. That excludes really football and girls tennis because they are on 2-year cycles. But Scott City is going to remain a 3A school for majority of the other sports, like your volleyballs, your cross country, basketball, track, you name it there. But they'll be 3A there for this past year. There were some changes, though, in the area. Hugoton, we knew that was a possibility that they would bump up to 4A. Well, they did. They're at 324.
What's Scott City's number first?
By the way, they're 294.
Okay.
So they're kind of in the top 10 of 3A.
And what we're saying is there are 294 kids in them.
9 through 12.
9 through 12, 4 grades of high school. Okay, go ahead.
Yep, and you got Hugoton at 324. No surprise, Ulysses is the largest at 436. Hugoton is the second largest at 324. But they're the last 4A school is Holton. They're at 323. So, but the top 3A school is Bishop Ward out of Kansas City at 313. But Holcomb has 301. They're the second largest 3A school.
Wow.
In Kansas. Then you have
Colby Goodland.
Yeah, Colby 284. Goodland 270. Cimarron still 3A school as well. 192. They're the smallest in the GWAC. But the one change, you had Hugoton bump up to 4A. That bumped down Concordia from 4A to 3A. A little bit of a surprise here. Mill Valley, Shawnee Mill Valley, they are now a 6A school, and they replace Hutchinson, who bumps back down to 5A.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
That's where Gus Hawkins and the family went?
Yeah, so they're now 6A. It wasn't him and his family that helped bump the number up. There was a wide, so it wasn't by one. So no, but locally, Wichita County, they were 1 year in Class 1A. They moved back up to 2A, as do the Meade Buffaloes. They were 1A for a year. And right here we have a new 2A school, TMP Marion.
Dropped down?
They dropped down from 3A to 2A. What's weird enough is you go back to 2016, I think it was, TMP Marion was a 4A school.
That's a big drop.
That is a huge drop, yes. So, yep, they're now a 3A school, or 2A school, excuse me, and that's really some of the area ones, the regional ones that have made the changes. So it doesn't affect football. They're in the 2-year cycle locked in. Scott City 3A for 2 years, of course.
Don't they do that about first week October?
For the football?
for
Yeah,
the next
they
2
release
years?
those. Yeah, that won't be for another year. So.
Oh, for another year, okay.
But yeah, nope.
So the people we got on our schedule this year, we're going to have on our schedule next year.
Correct.
There you go.
Correct.
Millwood's coming to Scott City next year.
And they're pretty excited about that.
Are they?
After talking to them last week there after the game. Yeah, we're excited to come up to Scott City next year.
Awesome.
So that's pretty cool there as well. But nope, so that's the classification changes. Of course, regional tennis this year, what's unfortunate, Scott City will be 4A for the next 2 years in girls tennis at least. They will go to the McPherson Regional. That's actually coming up here in about 2 weeks, the 8th of October.
That can't be.
Yeah.
That's
for
too,
tennis, yeah.
That's too fast to end the year.
Yeah, and then the regional golf for Scott City, they won't know yet probably till next week whether they're 3A or 4A, but that begins in 2 weeks from this Monday. So, yeah, we're at that time of the year where we're starting to get into postseason. Hard to believe.
It is hard to believe. Well, for us, next week begins our district play, too.
That's right. Scott City, of course, in a 5-team district with Holcomb, Hugoton, Colby, and Goodland. They're the odd team out this week, so they have the non-district game. It's all district from here on out, but we'll see here how things transpire here. But, yeah, TMP, they're in 2A District 8. They've got Russell next week. They've got Beloit on their schedule. They have Norton and Phillipsburg as well, so that's who they're in their 2A District 8.
Well, speaking of Russell, did they go up or down? Or
they're staying in 3A for everything else.
Oh, okay, good.
So, yeah,
good. Well, we need some of those schools to stay.
Yes, out west here. Otherwise, otherwise they have to travel 4 hours to come out here. We don't have to go to them, you know.
Yeah, right. the next year we will.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have first half stats here. We'll come back in 3 minutes here in your extended halftime show. We'll come back in 3 minutes. We'll have halftime stats and scores. It is Scott City 14 and TMP Marion 7. Back in 3 minutes. This is Beaver Football.
Ram Power Days are here on the 2022 Ram trucks at Lop Motors. Everyone needs a tough, reliable truck, and you won't find a larger or better dealership in all of Western Kansas to provide you with the best care and service during and after your purchase. Come over to the Ram truck of your dreams today. Stop in and speak with Jesus, David, or Jeff, and let them get you in an award-winning Ram truck today. Lop Motors, located under the Great American Flag in Dodge City.
Here's Odessa from Plain Jan's.
Plain Jan's, Plain Jan's, Plain Jan's. Oh, we do so many things.
Tell us about it, Odessa.
Well, we rent houses, big houses, little houses.
Okay, what else?
Plain Jan's prints gloves. Lots and lots and lots of gloves.
Tell me more.
Adam, my grandma who started Plain Jan's 35 years ago.
Wow, that was in 1987?
Yep, I wasn't even born then, and my mom Allie was just a little kid.
Now we know about Plain Jan's.
35 years old? Wow, that's really old.
Tired of hidden fees and terrible customer service at your current wireless provider? If so, come to United. You deserve a friendly, local company that truly cares about you and your needs. At United, we promise we'll work hard every day to give you the service you deserve. When you switch to United or upgrade your phone, you'll get $10 off each month for 1 whole year. Don't wait. This offer won't last forever. Visit getunited.com/10off to learn more today. Get connected. Get United.
Protect your bottom line with crop insurance from Farm Bureau Financial Services. Farm Bureau agents Berta Benz and Hugh Benz in Scott City and Leota can help you select the right federal crop and crop hail insurance options for your farming operation. Call Farm Bureau agents Berta Benz and Hugh Benz in Scott City or Leota today to discuss affordable programs, competitive tools, and resources that can benefit your business. Now that's smarter insurance for agriculture. Western Agricultural Insurance Company, an equal opportunity provider.
Lewis Automotive Group in Hayes, Dodge City, Garden City, Liberal, and Topeka treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. They know you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, they enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow Lewis to demonstrate their commitment to excellence. They encourage you to browse their online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. You can also request more information about a vehicle using their online form. For more information, go online to buylewis.com, where you always get it for less.
Here at American Implement, we're proud to be part of the communities we serve, and that's the reason we support local youth through scholastic activities like FFA, 4-H band, and sports. We firmly believe that the right activity can bring out the best qualities every child has to offer, and we wholeheartedly want to support and be involved with that. It's part of our responsibility as a good neighbor, and we're proud to call your community our home also.
Fairly Feed Yard is dedicated to investing in our facilities and staff to provide the best experience possible for the cattle feeder and, in the end, the consumers of our product. We are always in the market to purchase corn and other commodities from local producers. Call our office at 620-872-2111 for current pricing. Our dedicated employees and their families are very important to us, and we are proud of their children that are current Beavers and individuals that will grow into those roles in the future. Fairly Feed Yard is privileged to support Scott City youth and are honored to cheer on the Beavers.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
How would you describe your career?
Rewarding. It's more than just a job.
Great vacation, great sick pay.
Great opportunities to move forward. Good work environment, good people. Always something new, always something different.
Every day you learn something new.
Their commitment to education is second to none.
They pay for my school.
I love it because we're all one big happy family.
Family.
Family. It's like a family.
Grow your career with American Implement and John Deere.
We're going to score on defense. We're going to score on special teams. We're going to keep it close. We're going to beat the other team at the end of the game. You know, that scenario might be playing out right here. Let's hope not, but it kind of sounds like it.
All right, so
I know the negative talk in there for
I
a
know,
Scott City guy.
That's unfortunate, but that's kind of the way it is here. While we do have an opportunity, let's run down some halftime scores of interest. Starting off in Scott City's district in 3A District 8, Hugoton, who's Scott City's next opponent, they're going to have a running clock in the second half because it's Hugoton 47, Colby nothing in the Battle of the Eagles.
Wow.
Halftime at Holcomb, it's Holcomb 19, Goodland 0. Don't have a score update on Cimarron and Lakin, but I do have Chanute 20, Ulysses 8 at the break. And Ulysses, they're 1-2, but they have not gotten blown out in their two losses this year to Hugoton or Holcomb, and they're hanging in with what many people say is a top 5 team in 4A.
Tell me that score again.
20-8 for Chanute over Ulysses.
Hey, Chanute is a good team.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think Ulysses is going to be a tough. Well, we don't even have to play them.
Yes.
But they're going to be a tough out for everybody they play the rest of the way.
Trying to look up some other 3A scores real quickly here. We do have Fredonia 26, Riverton 8. I actually think those are 2A, but nonetheless, how about Clay Center 40, Hiawatha 0. That's a 3A West district score. Yeah, Hiawatha in the West.
Yeah, does people even know where Hiawatha is?
That's further east than Seneca and Sabetha. Great geography there. That's all I'll say. Holton 28, Perry-LeCompton 12. By the way, Holton, who's further southwest than Hiawatha, is in the east half of 3A.
Okay, does the state I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, but I will say this also. This is a surprising 3A score at halftime. Wichita Trinity 27, Heston 14. That's a little bit of a stunner.
That is kind of a shock.
Hopefully that is the correct score. Wellsville, who's back up to 3A in football this cycle, they've got a good defense. They're shutting out Osawatomie 26-0. Also, we have out of the WAC, Dodge City over Liberal 17-7, and Hayes High over Garden City 16-7. Those are halftime scores as well. 2A score, Norton and Phillipsburg. This is a little bit of a surprise. Phillipsburg does lead Norton 14-12 at halftime.
I would not have guessed that.
That's, you look at it, Oakley 2 weeks ago goes to Phillipsburg and wins, and then Norton just really dominates Oakley last week.
Yes.
And so you would think, that would be a heavy Norton favor, but they're rivals.
Well, and there could have been something happen where maybe Norton lost a player or two.
Here it is.
To injury or something.
14-7 for Scott City. TMP to receive to begin the third quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. Come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football. Away from starting the second half here inside Lewis Field Stadium. Adam Kadavy, Tim McGonigal here on KSKL Scott City and also on the Beaver Broadcasting Network. What does Scott City need to continue to do here to come out of here with a victory?
Well, the first thing we need to do is continue playing great defense like we are. We have been. And we'll see how TMP responds to, do they change anything here in the second half? And on offense, Adam, we just need to get in the end zone. I mean, we seem to be getting down here, but we're not getting in the end zone. Weren't we inside the red zone 4 times, only scored twice?
Yep.
And I don't know. We just need to get in the end zone. When I love Dave Dunham. One of the things that he used to say on the radio when he'd come up and talk to us. Now, Dave was a hard guy to get along with sometimes, when he'd come to the radio. But one of the things he used to say was, when you have opportunities to score in a high school football game, you better score, because if you don't, eventually it's going to come back to haunt you. And that thought has stayed with me forever, and he's right.
Aldo Munoz kicking off here, high end over and kick. This will be returned by Harris at his own 12-yard line, up the middle, 15, 20, 25, near the 30-yard line is where he'll take it. And tackle made by Cesar Pedrinos, who's TMP tonight has been without one of their top running backs, Griffin Shoemaker. He had 322 yards and 4 touchdowns coming in tonight. And they are out without him tonight. Scott City without Adrian Elder for virtually a second game. He was out after the second play, but Jace Thomas has been out since the first quarter. We do not see him on defense. TMP will set up at their own 30-yard line to open up the second half. 14-7 Beaver lead. 4 receiver sets, twins to both sides, 1 man in the backfield. Under center's Lyles. That is Harris, looks like he was in the backfield. Oh, there's a flinch on the left side. They'll hand it off, and Harris will be stopped for maybe yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 9. It's kind of an interesting situation here, Tim. Do you take the play or do you take the penalty?
I would take the play. Now, are they discussing, was it on the offense or did our defense step on the line of scrimmage?
It was a legal shift on TMP.
Okay.
You could see the flinch, especially by the left wide receiver, well before the snap.
Yeah.
And now they will have to relay that over to Scott City's sideline. And I think Coach Jim Turner, saying that take the penalty in 1st and 15.
Yeah. Well, they are a running team, Adam, so you just added 5 yards to their run opportunities. At least they like to run. Although they've thrown the ball some. We intercepted one of them.
Yep, they've only passed it twice. They've come in throwing just 12 passes in 3 games combined coming into tonight.
Lawson Bailey, he dropped an interception that would have been a touchdown down here from about 17 yards.
1st and 15 for the Monarchs at their own 25. They'll send a man in motion from left to right. That's Rosine. They'll sand it off left side to Harris. He'll get back to the original line scrimmage. We may have a 5-yard face mask on Scott City after he takes it to the 32-yard line for a gain of 7.
I agree. He was surrounded by 4 or 5 Beavers and...
Nope.
Holding. Oh, I guess I should shut up.
I know, right?
That's twice I've been wrong.
Yeah.
Woo. Baby.
It is.
You're going to take this one. You better take this one.
It'll be the 4th penalty of the night on the Monarchs.
That ball will go back to about, 17?
Let's see. They're marking it from the 28 to the 18. It'll bring up 1st and 22, it looks like. So it's actually going to be a gain of 3 for Harris, and then the 10-yard penalty tacked on.
Oh, I like the way this is starting the second half for the Scott City Beavers.
14-7 Beaver lead. First minute of the second half. Flex bone set with the receiver split to both sides. One left, one right. Under center is the freshman quarterback Lyles on 1st and about 20. It's going to be handoff trap play. Across the 20 goes Harris. He'll be back to about the 24, 25-yard line, and a colony of Beavers will drive him back from the 24. It'll be a gain of about, we'll call it 8 to the 25, 2nd and 15.
So TMP's Harris and Scott City has a Harris.
Harris on Harris there.
And they just kind of met, I think.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're related.
No, who knows? You never know. I doubt it, but...
Probably shirt tail from a long time ago.
Yeah, second, they share the last name. 2nd and about 15, 25-yard line, 90 seconds into the third. Flex bone, 2 receiver set, 1 split to both sides. Under center is Lyles. A man in motion, left to right. It'll be an option, and it'll be keeper. The pitch is late, and it is caught. And taking it to the 26-yard line is going to be Rogine. Make it the 27 for a gain of 2 on 2nd down. Tracer Chapman in on the tackle. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 13.
Man, I thought that pitch was awful late. Could have been trouble for TMP, but that quarterback put that ball right where it should have been. Is this still their freshman quarterback?
Yes, it is. So they do officially mark it at the 26-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 14. We're a little over 2 minutes into the second half, 14-7 Beaver lead. TMP tonight 0 of 4 on 3rd downs. They'll run the same formation toward the right hash mark, moving from south to north in period 3. Lyles under center. Scott City shows a blitz. Back to pass under duress and brought down in the backfield inside the 20. Jaden Lewis swallows him up.
Yeah, that was a great play. I mean, nobody touched Lewis. He was coming from Scott City defense right side. Now this is a quarterback that's right-handed. He is looking to the right. He doesn't even see Lewis coming. Oh, man.
They'll mark this back at the 18-yard line. It's a loss of 8 on the play, and a 3 and out to begin the second half for the Scott City defense. Lewis's first career start at defensive end tonight, or I should say this year.
Man, that's a defensive end's dream.
5th punt of the night here for TMP. Spano will take a high snap, but they'll let him boot this one away, and he gets an end over and kick. It's a lower kick, and it's not going to be a good one. It's shanked out of bounds across
34.
They'll mark this as a 34. Just a 17-yard punt. Wow. Make that a 16-yard punt. Here we go.
Wow. That was awesome. Well, we start with great field position. Let's find that end zone. That's what I said at halftime. You said, what does we got to do? And I said, find the end zone. We got to score on these guys.
8:44 here in the third. It'll be at the 34 of TMP. This is the 3rd straight series that Scott City will start in Monarch territory. They cannot afford to keep coming empty-handed, starting on the plus side of the 50. They've had it in the red zone the last 2 trips. One was a pitch that was knocked loose for a fumble at the 6-yard line. One was a sack taken right at the end of the first half.
Now what are we doing? We're discussing where the ball's going to be.
They're still discussing this.
They sure are.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put it down and we're going to play.
Okay, there we have it, put 34. Coach Turner is talking to the line judge over on Scott City side still. And I don't know what the situation is, but still Scott City with great field position. They will have Avery Knoll split wide to the left. Dylan Metzger walk over to offensive coordinator Brian Gentry for the play call while he tells it. Now they'll go back into the huddle here.
And they're not using that play clock.
They haven't. I was talking with the play-by-play announcer for Hayes TMP, Jonathan Zwiger. He says they did not use it the first game here as well at home. 1st and 10, 34-yard line, receiver right, handoff right side to Welker. TMP has it dissected well. Welker, as a late flag comes out, will take it to the 33, but a flag is chucked about 25 yards.
Now my guess is that's on Scott.
Yep,
yeah.
And it is. 8:38 here in the third. It'll bring up 1st and long for the Beavers. So both teams riddled with penalties on their opening plays of the second half.
What's that tell you?
That's to be a 12-yard penalty.
Mentally.
Yes.
Are we both teams a little tired?
And they had 20.
Not being as disciplined.
Yes. 1st and 22, 46-yard line for Scott City in Monarch territory. Pistol wing T setup. Metzger will be back to pass. Sets up a middle screen. Caught by Rumford. And TMP has it read well. They hold him to a gain of 5 to the 41-yard line, setting up a 2nd down and 17.
When we used that down at Millwood, that was the first time we did that. That was a good play. That's still a good play. We need to continue to do that kind of thing.
That's Rumford's 3rd reception for 43 yards, setting up a 2nd down and 17. 8 minutes to go. This is a quick-moving second half already. Third quarter, 14-7 Scott City lead. It'll be a double tight end late runner on the field for Scott City in the receiver position. Metzger under pressure, and he is going to be sacked back at midfield. That was just bad from the beginning all over there. As a player came off the field, and then a player came on, and that's going to be dropped all the way back to the 49 for a loss of 10.
Well, TMP had I don't know if he's a linebacker, blitzer, and defensive end. I don't know. Anyway, he was in the backfield just immediately. He did not make the tackle, and Metzger got away from him, but the second guy into the backfield definitely got in on the tackle. And, it was quick. We didn't have an opportunity to throw the ball, do anything.
Scott City just 2 of 8 on third downs. They have to get it to the 24 of TMP, 3rd and 27. Rolling to his right is Metzger on 3rd down. Looking downfield, he's going to just throw it out of bounds, and that's going to be an incomplete and a 3 and out for Scott City.
I think he said he ran out of bounds before he threw it.
Now
they're going to say he threw it.
Yeah, that was the right call, incomplete.
Yeah, I agree.
But, man, that is a tough way to start for Scott City in this third quarter. A 3 and out. You have it at the 34 of TMP, a holding, and everything just kind of literally went north the wrong way.
Yes, it did.
Welker's 4th punt of the night coming up here. Standing at his own 36 to take the snap from Lewis. He'll rugby-style kick this one away. Angles it right side. Throws up a beauty, takes Harris to his own 6-yard line. He takes it to about the 12-yard line. Good coverage on special teams by the Beavers, as that was, I believe, McDaniel on the stop there at the 11. 6:54 to go for third quarter, excuse me.
Well, here's TMP starting inside their 20 again, Adam. It just blows me away how the field position, I've always said that's one of the keys to the game. You got your turnovers, you got your penalties. Field position is a big deal. Special teams.
4 receivers set. The Monarchs have opened up in this a lot here in this ball game tonight. Trying to spread the Scott City defense out. From the 12, 1st and 10. Up the middle it goes. Scott City. Brady Welker with a tackle immediately of Caden Harris for maybe about a half a yard to the 13, setting up a 2nd and 9. He was on him immediately.
That's good. But that Harris kid, every time he touches it, just spooks me.
Yes.
He has got the wheels to go the length of the field.
2nd and 9, 13-yard line, 14-7 Beavers lead. We're nearing the midway point of quarter number 3 here at Lewis Field Stadium. But 4 receivers set, twins to both sides. One in the backfield is Harris. Under center is Lyles, the freshman. Sends a man in motion from right to left of the formation. Back and goes up the middle to Harris. And he hits a wall at the 12, make it the 14-yard line of J.P. Harris. And that'll set up a 3rd down and 8.
Harris on Harris again. Boy, that was... They both are very talented football players.
Yes.
Good hit at the line of scrimmage. They both hit each other is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That was not all one-sided either way. That was football. Real football.
TMP tonight 0 of 5 on 3rd downs and 8 to go here. 3rd down and 8 from their own 14-yard line, middle of the field. They will split out 2 receivers. Now they'll just walk to the line here. There'll be 4 receivers, 2 receivers to both sides. Harris alone setback on 3rd down. Play fake, back to pass under pressure and loses a couple. Does the quarterback, but not for long at the 10-yard line. It ends up being Lewis on the sack again at the 10-yard line of the quarterback, Lyles. That's a loss of 4 and the 6th 3 and out of the night.
Have they made any 3rd downs?
Nope.
Jiminy.
Still no 1st downs for him.
That's crazy. That should, Adam, it's our defense. We have a great defense.
Both teams have been in negative territory this entire 3rd quarter on their possessions, as we're under 5 to go 3rd quarter. Another punt here for Henry Spano. This is his 5th punt of the night. He's standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He'll take this kick. Oh, he shanks this one. Scott City may start in the inside the 30. We'll see. The line judge marks it down. It'll be about the 31-yard line. Just a 21-yard punt. And Scott City needs to capitalize here with about 16 and a half minutes to go in this ball game.
Well, you know, in the first half, every punt return I think we had, we ran it back about 15 yards. And so the coach has probably told the punter, punt it out of bounds or something. But, you know, the kid who's punting it, he's just getting a little overzealous about how I'm going to punt it out of bounds. They ought to let the kid punt it downfield. But I'm glad they didn't. Man, we got great field position the last 2 times we've had the ball.
31-yard line, right hash mark. Welker with the carry up the middle with the burst. He takes it for 6 to the 25-yard line. Kendall Walker, the 270-pound junior, falls on top of him, setting up about a 2nd down and 4.5.
Ooh, Welker got up slow. Look at him. Uh-oh. Gimping on that right leg.
Well, big 270-pounder on you. Gain of 5. That puts him just shy of 90 yards at 89 on 12 carries.
Welker is not going out.
2nd and 5, they'll mark it at the 26-yard line. 4 minutes in a fast-churning 3rd period, 14-7. Pistol wing Teague. Welker carry again. Across the 25. He'll be near a 1st down, about a yard shy at the 22. He was upended that time by Landon Rosine.
Oh, Brady. And
another 3rd and a yard. Alex Tarango comes out of the game, and in is Colin McDaniel.
Quarterback sneak.
And we'll see here. 3rd and a yard. Scott City, though, just 2 of 9 on 3rd downs tonight. They need one here. Here's I snap. It's Lawson Bailey. He has a 1st down. He gets it right to the 20-yard line. He tried to jump cut left. He gets brought down immediately at the 20. But it's enough for a Scott City 1st and 10.
Good job. Good job, line. Just eating up the clock, Adam. That's exactly what's going on here. That's a good thing. Eating up the clock, slowly making yards, picking up 1st and 10s. We're headed for that end zone.
They're into the red zone at the 19, 1st and 10. If Welker in there, that's going to be an illegal shift on Scott City's loss, and Bailey will take it to the 12. You could see that right off the bat, and once again, a positive play is negated by a Scott City penalty. That time they didn't get set.
Did he hand that ball off behind his back?
I think he did, yeah.
I think he did too.
Yep, illegal shift the call, says the wide hat Randy Wilson.
We had 2 guys in motion at the same time in the backfield. When they snap that ball that quick, you know, you never know. When they snap the ball quick like that, Adam, a lot of times the center is, and one player can be right with the center, and they'll think he's offsides or they'll think he's in motion. I don't know.
That'll move it to the 24-yard line, sets up 1st and 15.
You know what it probably was? You've got to be set for 1 second before you go into motion. And that may have been part of the problem.
Here's a man in motion. It's going to be hand up Welker left side, and that one, he fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by TMP, and they're going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Is that Harris?
20-15, 10-5 touchdown. Caden Harris returns the fumble for 74 yards, and they're 1 point away from tying the game up.
Well, Adam, we knew something might happen, and it just did. So just think about this. TMP has their negative yards on offense. They scored on a 95-yard kickoff return, and now they've scored on a 74-yard picked up fumble. And they're going to be tied with Scott City if they kick this extra point. And they got their negative yardage on offense.
I've never seen anything like this. 14-13 placement down. The kick is on the way, and it's good, and we're tied at 14.
This is K-State football from the old days, I'm telling you.
2:47 left in the third quarter. We'll come back with the Monarch kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football. Football.
White's Food Liner is located at 1314 South Main Street in Scott City, Kansas. They are open daily from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Home delivery is available Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. just by calling 620-872-5854. They are a full-service grocery store offering a wide selection of varieties at affordable prices. Sign up today for their mobile app. Look for it in the App Play Store under White's Food Liner. Don't forget to visit today.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. To learn more, visit us online at scottcf.org.
Ball game at 14 after the Henry Spano PAT with 2:47 left in the third. I don't know if I've seen anything like this before.
Well, and the silly thing about it too, Adam, we've been inside the red zone 5 times and only scored twice.
Yep.
And TMP starts every one of their possessions, it seems like, in their territory, deep in their territory. They can't get any yards. They're going the wrong way. Yet we are tied up. We should have had that field goal in the first half.
Scott City has 194 yards of offense, and TMP is at 8. And it's somehow a tie ball game.
They have 8 positive yards?
Yes.
I didn't think they'd have that many.
2:47 left in the third. It's tied at 14. Both of TMP's scorers are on non-offensive touchdowns. Espano kicks this one end over and in. It's going to be taken by McDaniel to his own 2-yard line. Up the middle, 15. Goes left side, 20, 25, 30. Here's McDaniel outside, 35. Oh, he takes it, or he's brought down to the 38-yard line. Oh, he just got, there's a flag.
42-yard line.
But he was about one ankle tackle away from taking it to the house, but we may have a hold on the kickoff return. That would have nullified it anyway.
It was way out here by a Beaver and a Monarch, and some personal foul. Scott City.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, it was way away from the play. It was like our guy just knocked a you-know-what out of one of their guys.
So this will be Scott City's worst field position starting since their opening series of the game. And Coach Jim Turner is not happy about something. He was pretty emphatic with the White Hats.
Well, it was 40 yards from the play. I don't know.
So it's from the end of the play. So Scott City will have it at their own 23-yard line and a 14-all score with 2:37 to go third quarter.
Well, here may be the other thing. Every time we get a good play, a really good play, we seem to get a penalty to negate it. Maybe he's saying something like that. I don't know. Hey,
So Scott City will start at their own 23.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, 2:37 here in the third. We're tied at 14.
Yeah. Adam.
Well, no,
I know. I'm picking on you.
The receiver split wide to the right for the Beavers at their own 23, and it's brand new score. Move Colin McDaniel as a halfback to the right side. It'll be a handoff right side to Welker, trying to get to the corner, and he's going to be brought down for a gain of 1 at the 24-yard line. Tackle made that time by Peyton Schwartz, 2nd and 9.
Welker ran right out of his shoe. He needs to put his shoe on.
He has 15 carries, 92 yards in both of Scott City's touchdowns.
Well, 2:12 and counting down in the third quarter. The thing we can't do, Adam, is the kids can't think, oh, we've got to do it now. We got to do it, get in that antsy thing. There's a lot of time left in this game.
2 receivers set, both of them left side now. Bailey in motion right to left. They'll swing it out to him. No, a tunnel screen. Here's Avery Knoll trying to bounce it across the 25. He'll take it to near the 30. Set Scott City up 2 yards shy of the first down. Tackle over on the left side is made by Austin Gilbert. And it'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Oh, Harris for TMP's coming off the field. Man, I can't imagine him leaving the field even for a play.
3 yards shy of the first down. 3rd down, under a minute and a half to go, third quarter. Scott City 3 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. They have 3 yards to go at their own 30. Left hash mark. Knoll split wide to the right, a man in motion. Play fake. Metzger swinging out right side. Oh, just a little tough one to reel in for Lawson Bailey. He would have had the first down at the 35. And it's going to bring up a 3 and out, and Scott City will punt this one away. Minute 11 to go here in the third quarter. Can Welker deliver another big punt here? He has 5th punt of the night. Good snap. He will rugby-style kick this one away. Angles it right side. Harris will pick it up on the run of the 40. He's got left side 45, and now he's got a lot of room on the right side. Scott City trying to corral him, and they do at the 48-yard line. There is a late flag that does come out at the 48-yard line in Scott City territory, but Harris is brought down at his own 48. Tackle was made by the senior Nathan LeBeau. There's 2 flags on the play. Boy, that was dangerous when Harris cut it over to the right side.
Oh, I agree with you totally. I thought he was gone. Block in the back.
A 35-yard punt and about a 13-yard return, but TMP with the penalty.
They're going to lose all of it right now. Plus.
They'll mark this at the 38-yard line. That is TMP's best field position all night. Here, late third quarter. It's their 5th penalty for 40 yards.
Oh, my goodness. What a game we got going. 56 seconds left in the quarter. Crazy. Third quarter.
2 receivers set, 1 split to both sides, 38-yard line, TMP, 1st and 10. A man in motion out of their flex bone. They'll hand it off to him left side and into a pile, and Scott City will stuff him for just a 2-yard gain to the 40-yard line with 50 seconds to go here in the third.
Boy, TMP, they just keep pounding into the middle, don't they? And then they shoot it outside, but they keep pounding you in the middle, forcing you to defend that center, and then they'll come to the edge.
2nd down coming up here after that Harris carry. His 11th carry. Scott City's held him to just 21 yards. 20 seconds to go. Could be the final play of period 3 here in a 14-all game. 2 receivers, 1 to both sides. Flexbone setup. Lyles under center. Man in motion, and it is a quarterback keeper, and Scott City will blow it up for a huge loss as they slam him down to the turf at the 36-yard line. J.P. Harris brings Lyles down for a loss of 4 on the play on the final play of period 3. Buckle up, folks. We're all deadlocked at 14 apiece as we head to the fourth quarter. Scott City and TMP back in 1 minute. This is Beaver football.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Fourth quarter here set to begin here at Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes. Don't forget, when you reach for water, think Z Bottling. They are the choice of water for us up here in the booth. See Z Bottling today for your water preferences. 1 gallon, 5 gallon, individual bottles, individual labeling, Z Bottling. Adam Kadavy, Tim McGonigal with you up top here at Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes on a beautiful fall September evening for Week 4 high school football. The stats are lopsided, but we have a tie game, 14 apiece.
Well, it's the game we thought we were going to come up here and see. Close, exciting, homecoming. Kids are just playing like crazy. Mistakes on both sides.
TMP with it 3rd and a dozen at their own 36-yard line. First play of the fourth quarter as they will go from north to south here in period 4. Lyles will have a little 5-step drop, swinging out left side, and it's dropped. Incomplete, looking for Henry Spano out of left, looking for a screen. And TMP Marion, by the way, tonight is now 0 of 7. Make that 0 of 8 on 3rd down. Make that 0 of 7. I was right the first time. 0 1st and 10s.
Just keep saying over, and we'll be okay. Man, all right, we got to score on a special teams or a defensive play, I think.
Beavers do send one back to take the punt here from Spino, who's really struggled punting in this second half. He's standing in his own 23-yard line. Spino will boot this one away, and he boots this one much better. It takes Tarango on the run. Bobbles it. Oh, he muffs it. And now he still muffs it. It's still loose. And goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And Scott City, they dodge a huge bullet there with 11:46 to go.
I think that hit a TMP kid, and he knocked it out of bounds. Oh, Tarango was just juggling that thing right into when he got tackled. Oh. It was loose the whole way, but it was in the air. And then the big collision happened there, and the ball just went directly to the sideline and out of bounds. Thank goodness.
Scott City extremely lucky to have the football. They do have it at their own 42, the first possession of the fourth quarter. 14 seconds in, 14-14 your score. The Beavers will split one receiver to the right, tight end right side as well. And Welker carry on first down. 45 is where he'll get to on first down. He'll gain 3 on that play. And injured Monarch after that, maybe cramping, looks like after the play, is the tackler, as that's Landon Rosine. Welker with 16 carries at 95 yards.
This is a 70 number, Adam.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
But Rosine was on the tackle. We'll take a 30-second break.
Yes, he was.
Opening seconds, fourth quarter back in 30 seconds. 14-14 your score. This is Scott City Beaver football.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Injured TMP Monarch, that is Kendall Walker, the 5'10", 270-pound junior. And that a lot of meat in the middle that time or tonight for the Monarchs. It's been tough sledding for Scott City trying to run through that.
Yes, they are big on that line of scrimmage. We knew that coming in.
Yeah, they're handing out water to the officials as well. It's kind of turned into a muggy evening here as well.
Yes, it has.
You know, they go Tuesday, they were over 100 degrees here, and then by yesterday it was in the 50s. So, you know, just the fluctuation just can be a problem. Well, Hugoton and Colby just went final, and Hugoton will be 4-0 when they come into Scott City next week. They win over Colby tonight, 47-6. The Eagles of Colby are now 1-3, and Hugoton is 4-0. Ulysses is trailing now to the Chinook Comets 33-8 as they head to the fourth quarter in Ulysses at Maxwell Field. They're going to play that series at, it sounds like, at a neutral site next year, from what I understand. And so, yeah.
Chinook, Ulysses?
Yes.
Where are they playing tonight?
Ulysses.
Well, that'd be nice of Chinook if they said, let's do it at a neutral site.
Yes. All right, they do help out the injured Monarch, Kendall Walker, excuse me. 2nd and 7 when play resumes. Welker at 16 carries, 95 yards, and a couple of scores tonight. Scott City with their first 2 fumbles on the year. They trail the turnover battle margin tonight 2-1. 2nd and 7 on 45. 11:30 to go. Pistol wing T, handoff Welker. He gets it left side. He's got room. 45 and still on his feet inside the 40. 35. Breaks through another tackle inside the 30 and is shoved out of bounds all the way at the 17-yard line. What a run by the junior Brady Welker.
Stumbling, bumbling. That's what that was. That was awesome. Great blocking at the point of the attack. Got him out there. He broke 2 tackles that he should have been down. Awesome. And then once he got away right here about the 35, boy, he just turned the jets on down the sideline there.
6th time the Beavers enter the Lewis Automotive red zone at the 17, nearly 18 more likely, 1st and 10 here. 11:21 to go. Here's a handoff. Welker again up the middle. Breaks through 2 more tackles, and he takes it to near the 12-yard line for 5 more.
Boy, he's got to be tired. He's getting up slow after that one.
He's up to 138 yards on 18 carries. 2nd down, they'll call it about 6 from the 13.
Oh, he's going to have some bruises tomorrow.
Yes, he is. TMP subbing in sophomore Gilbert, got in that interior linebacker spot. And give Harrison Lowe a break, that Mike linebacker position. 10:48 to go. The Beavers tonight without Adrian Elder. Jace Thomas has been out since the first quarter. 14-all, the Beavers need to get a score here. Pistol wing T setup from the 13 of TMP. 2nd down, TMP shows blitz. They'll move the wing to the left. Under 5 to snap it. His right side for Welker. Breaks through another tackle. Squirts forward for 4 where he could have been. Now, no, there's play is going. And he drags a couple more Monarchs for a 1st down to the 6. He should have been stopped at the line of scrimmage, but kept his feet moving. That's what you practice for in the summer for runs like that, and it's a 1st and goal.
Oh, man. You know, the thing we're also doing, Adam, we are not getting the play in real fast. We're not getting to the line of scrimmage real quick. We're kind of slowing. I mean, they're giving Welker a break is what they're doing. Our team is, and they've given him the ball, 4 times in a row.
1st and goal at the 6. 10 minutes to go. Tied at 14. And here's another Welker carry up the middle inside the 5. Takes it to about the 2. And just inside the 3. We'll give him 3. 2nd and goal coming.
Okay, now here's the misdirection play where Welker does not get it. He gets the fake, and they all collapse on him, and somebody will walk into the end zone.
It has been all Welker on this drive.
How many times?
5 times. This will be the 6th play of the drive. We may have a timeout here pretty soon, as Metzger gets the play from Coach Brian Gentry.
Well, the only way we can tell is when that... Back, here he goes.
Under 10 to snap it here. 2nd and goal from the 3. Handoff. This is Welker again. Welker, he dives in. Touchdown, Scott City. Give him another hat trick of touchdowns. It's 20-14 with 9:13 to go in Hayes.
Wow. I think TMP's tired of tackling Brady Welker. That's what I think. Man, that was just like...
That was a 2.5-minute drive for Scott City. Aldo Munoz to make this a 7-point. Oh, it's short. Does it sneak through? It does. He had a yard to spare across the crossbar, and it's 21-14 with 9:13 to go.
Oh, we needed. Did we need that?
A timeout on the field. We'll come back in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football. Scott City gets a nice sustained drive this time to go up 21-14, a 6-play, 58-yard drive, 2.5 minutes off the clock, and Brady Wilker had all 6 carries on that drive. He has a career night, 151 yards, 21 carries, and for the second time in 3 games has 3 touchdowns on night. And sneaking it in is Aldo Munoz on the PAT. Got underneath it too much, but he had a yard to spare.
Oh, he just barely made it over that bar, Adam. From our angle, it didn't look like it went over it. But the refs are right there.
The 21-14 Scott City edge. And it will be Freddie signs to kick this one from the 40. Cade Harris deep to return, standing at his own 1.
It's crazy how they...
Here's a kick. It's a high, shorter kick, and it's going to be fair caught for that time by Peyton Schwartz at his own 27-yard line. 9:13 to go.
Harris and Bailey were down there having a conversation at the 25-yard line. I wonder what that was about.
It'd be interesting what they talk about sometimes.
So what do you think you guys are going to eat after the game? Oh, I don't know. I think they're going to buy us pizza.
I remember guarding you in basketball at Substate last year.
Yeah. You going to play basketball this year?
Yeah,
I think so.
We'll play them now because they're in separate classifications. So, yeah. 27-yard line. 1st and 10. TMP will split 2 receivers to the right. They'll have a wing to left and a receiver to left. In the backfield, set back is Harris. On count there, Scott City almost sure, but it's a quick pitch out to left side. This is for Harris, and it's going to be Jaden Lewis leading the charge on the loss of 3 to the 23.
Well, our defense needs to keep doing what they've been doing, Adam. TMP doesn't have much to show for offense tonight.
Boy, Lewis, really his first amount of as many reps as he's had on defense, he has showed out here tonight. He has come to play defensive end.
That is awesome.
2nd and 13 with 8:40 to go. The Scott City up 21-14 as TMP walks to the line. They'll have 2 receivers to the right. They'll split 2 more to the left. Harris alone setback. Under center's the freshman Carson Lyles, who's 0 for 2 through the air. Make that 0 for 3 through the air. He'll pass it, swinging out. It's more of a run. And Scott's, it was right there. Harris will break across the 25. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage to the 26. Tanner Gooden on the tackle at the 26. 3rd and at about 10 to go. That is a completion officially.
First one?
Yeah.
1 out of 8, 9,
7, or yeah, 1 out of 4 passing. 3rd and 10, or 3rd and 9 actually. It was a gain of 4 to the 27. Scott City 21-14, 7:40 to go. The Monarchs 0 of 7 on 3rd down tonight. It's a 2-receiver set, 1 split to both sides. Both teams have all their allotted timeouts remaining. Lyles will drop back to pass under duress immediately, and he's going to be brought down inside the 20. J.P. Harris leading the charge on the sack. And also in there, I believe, was Lewis again, or Lawson Bailey, but it's a loss on it is Lewis again. He's a little shaken up after that play, but it's another 3 and out for the Scott City defense.
Boy, you could see that coming. You just had the feeling we were going to blitz. And that was great. Great timing.
TMP is minus 6 yards of rushing and minus 2 yards of offense overall. here with 6:55 to go. Unofficially, the stats there. Here's the kick, and it's almost blocked. Angled right side. This time, it's going to be Trango, and he wisely gets out of the way. That runs some more time off the clock, although it flips the field to the 29-yard line. That was about a 51-yard punt with 6:42 to go, but that letting it bounce took a couple of more seconds off the clock.
Well, yes, and don't do anything silly and let the other team back in the game, let's say with great field position. Oh, I like what's going on.
6:42 to go.
Yeah, we're going to have the Welker show all over again.
We'll see here.
They're going to give it to somebody else. Ought to be the Bailey show this time.
I'll see here. Welker had all the carries on that last drive for Scott City. You rack up the the tackles. That was about double digits on first down. Here's the sweep play. McDaniel right side. He'll spin forward from maybe a yard to the 30-yard line. Brought down right there in his foot tracks that time was Harrison Lowe bringing down McDaniel. Actually, they'll say no gain, 2nd and 10.
It's okay, a little sweep, not a true sweep, but a little bit of a sweep. Going off tackle there. Took up some time, and we're burning clock. That's the best thing.
Near that midway point of the fourth quarter, 21-14 Scott City, 2nd and 10, middle of the field, their own 29. This will be a Welker carry, has a hole left side, but that quickly is closed by Harris, but bounces off of Harris. He's outside the numbers, 35, has a first down, 40, 45, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Give him 20 more and give Scott City another fresh set of downs.
Man, Welker was met right in the hole by the linebacker, and he got away from him. He didn't do a spin move. He just pushed the guy away and broke it to the outside.
Yeah, that was Cade Harris who met him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Harris has done everything for this team.
He's scored both of their non-offensive touchdowns, a 4-yard fumble return in the third quarter, and in the first quarter after Scott City had scored a 95-yard kickoff return. The clock is not running after Scott City ran out of bounds. Exactly 6 to go in the ball game. Here's a play left side for Bailey. 50-yard line. He will get into TMP territory to about the 47-yard line. He'll be close to 4 yards on 1st and 10, setting up a 2nd and 6.
Ideal situation is we never let go of the ball. We gain 4 yards every play. Running the ball, running the clock. TMP still has 3 timeouts left, so at some point, if they would slow Scott City down, they're going to call some timeouts.
21-14 Scott City lead, 5:25 to go. Already the Beavers have run about a minute and a half. They've had 1 first down. They run to the line here as Metzger to take the snap from Lewis. Welker carry right side on 2nd down. Takes it to the 45. He'll gain 2, setting up a 3rd and 4 as we're just outside of 5 minutes to go.
Oh, nothing fancy. We're just burning clock. Now, this is a big down. If Scott City would get a 1st and 10, they would really be able to run some time off that clock. But if they don't get the 1st and 10, I would expect TMP to call timeout before we punt.
3rd down and 4. 4:40 to go in the game. Scott City just 3 of 13 on 3rd downs tonight. This will be a carry left side. Lawson Bailey turns it up. He's got the first down inside the 35, down the numbers line to near the 33. A 12-yard run. His best run of the night comes at a critical 3rd down, and the Beavers will move the sticks yet once again.
Yeah. And you can burn off about 40 seconds with each play. So that put us under 4 minutes. And then we'll do another 40. That'll put us at 3:20. And we'll do another 40, and that'll put us at, unless TMP calls timeout somewhere.
That's the situation as well. When does TMP start taking their timeouts? Scott City has under 10 to snap it. Welker has a seam on the right side inside the 30. He will gain positive yards for about 5. Continues his career night on his 24th carry, 178 yards, and it's 2nd down and 5 at the Monarch 28 with under 4 to go. This is probably a collective, Tim. despite all the mistakes Scott City's made, this has been their best rushing performance of the year.
Yeah. Well, we're doing a good job between the 20s. We need to get into the end zone now. We did here in the a little bit ago, fourth quarter. But boy, you'd think we'd get there 90% of the time.
Scott City has under 10 to snap it on 2nd and 5. This is a carry left side for Lawson Bailey. 25. He'll be near a first down. As the official says he was tackled in bounds. That'll be right at the 23. It looks like that's right at the sticks for 5 more on Bailey's 10th carry. He's averaging just over 4 yards a carry. And it looks like it should be enough for a first down, but we'll see.
They may have to measure this.
He had to get right onto the paint on the 23-yard line. They are going to measure it. Now, the worst part about this for the chain gang, they got to go from the Scott City side all the way to the TMP side.
Yeah, that's right.
Right on the boundary.
Well, you just can't tell. It's too far, too close. But holy cow, man. Now you take another. Bailey fell down inbounds, too. So when this gets settled, whether it's a 1st and 10 or not, they're going to start the clock.
And they stretch it out, and it is first down.
Just a little bit.
17th, 1st and 10 tonight for Scott City.
All right, now they'll get this chain gang set where they're supposed to be, and they'll set that ball down. And they'll start that clock.
We'll run down the district games tonight. They've all gone final. Holcomb shut out Goodland tonight, 25-0. Hugoton 47, Colby 6. So 1st and 10 for Scott City at the 23-yard line. 3 minutes and change to go. I think this is the series that TMP starts taking their timeouts. You see Dylan Metzger and the rest of the Scott City crew look at the bag judge, and now they'll break the huddle here as they have under 10 to snap it. Pistol 2 wings set up, and Welker with the carry inside the 20. He'll gain into the 19-yard line, and there's that first timeout for the Monarchs with 2:47 to go. We'll go ahead and step aside for a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back in a minute. This is Beaver Football. Beaver Football.
Howdy, folks. This is Larry.
Women at every stage of life want a healthcare experience uniquely theirs, where excellence meets elegance and healthcare is personalized just for you. Scott County Hospital and Scott City Clinic's skilled physicians and nurses will help your family prepare for the birth of your baby. The private, comfortable, secure rooms for labor, delivery, and postpartum care include jacuzzi tubs for pain management during labor. Call Scott City Clinic to set an appointment today. We put our heart in healthcare.
To us, it's about so much more than just providing the technology. It's about enriching the communities we live in. Because your community is our community. Where you live, where you work, where you play, we do too. Whatever you do, and wherever you are, our service supports you. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSB.
Timeouts remaining. Pistol wing T with the wing to the left, receiver left. Harry left side. This is going to be Lawson Bailey. Turns it up inside the 15, inside the 10, into the end zone. No, he's down to the 1-yard line, but it sets up a 1st and goal.
I thought he was in the end zone.
I did too. Official was right on top of it, and a 9th play of the drive coming up for the Beavers at the 1 with 2:40 to go. And right now, maybe the sustained drives that Scott City's had throughout, the TMP wants a timeout, but you don't need it when the clock is stopped. Or no, they're just setting up their defense.
Oh, okay.
Goal to go at the 1. Can Scott City deliver a dagger? Metzger, Welker, into the air. No, he was denied the end zone. Maybe not all bad. It's 2nd and goal at the 1. That'll run some more time off the clock with 2:30 to go. you want the touchdown, Tim, but at this opportunity, you're at the 1. You got to like your chances of scoring to make this a 2-possession game late.
Well, that's right. It's not like we're running up the score, Adam. We know that, if we could run the clock out, that'd be a different story, but we can't run the clock out. We don't have enough room.
Goal at the 1-yard line. Brady Welker, no doubt about it. Touchdown, Scott City. And the Daggers delivered on a career night with 4 rushing touchdowns by the junior running back on his 27th carry and his 27-14 with 2:05 to go.
Well, that's a good thing. There's still 2 minutes to go in this game.
Aldo Munoz, 3 for 3 on PATs.
Let's see how he kicks it this time.
Just boot that one, buddy. He does, and it is good. 28-14, 2:05 left. Scott City to kick off in 30 seconds. This is Beaver football.
Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers. Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
Here at Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes, Adam Kadavy, Tim McGonigal with you here on KSKL Scott City, and Scott City may have enough of a cushion here, although there are 2:05 to go. Scott City with a 28-14 lead, but the Beavers have put together big scoring drives in this fourth quarter. Their go-ahead score with 9:13 to go is a 6-play, 58-yard drive that took 2.5 minutes. That last drive was a 9-play, 71-yard drive that took 4:37 off the clock. So things are good when you have it for over half the fourth quarter. It's a fair catch on a short squib kick at the 45-yard line. I don't know if that was intended, but it worked to, not a return at all for TMP. That was Derek Becker, the 124-pound freshman.
Well, that's exactly what you wanted. No return. You didn't want Harris to even touch the ball. Perfect.
This has been the closest game in this series for a long time.
Well, I think when we came up here, we knew this was going to be like this.
Well, their record speaks for itself as they're 3-0 coming into tonight.
Yes.
And you're going to be in a good position if you're Scott City. It's going to be passing the rest of the night here. Do you keep on blitzing if you're the Beavers, Tim?
No. I play safe. Don't you?
We'll see. To be determined.
Well, I thought their quarterback might go into a shotgun here, but nope, they're going right under center.
35-yard line right hash mark, 1st and 10. Back to pass. There's the blitz, and under pressure, and down he goes at the 27-yard line. Tanner Gooden swallows up the freshman quarterback Lyles. They'll say it's a loss of 7, and it's 2nd and 17.
Well, Tanner is a defensive tackle, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, that was awesome.
Right now, TMP, no first downs, minus 10 yards of offense. This has been a strange game, but it's looking like it's going to be a Beaver victory, and sometimes you just got to escape. You don't want one loss to become 2 losses consecutively. And TMP has a big rivalry game with Russell next Friday here on this field. 2nd and 17, 28-yard line, minute 18 to go. They'll under pressure, rolling to his left. He'll just chuck it down the field and underthrown. Intended receiver was Henry Spano. That was the first time he released one deep, and it's 3rd down and long.
If he'd have thrown it more straight down the middle of the field and allowed his guy to go get it, but throwing it behind him, so he had to turn around and go back towards the other side of the field. Well, throwing the football is not TMP's thing. You said that in pregame when you said they've only thrown it 4 times in each game, and they've completed 1 or 2 in each game?
Yeah, they've Yeah, this is the most they've thrown it all year, and if you're Scott City, you wanted them to have to throw the ball more in fourth quarter.
Exactly.
The Monarchs are 0 of 8 on third down. They have 3rd and 17 at their own 28. Scott City blitzing. Here's the quarterback, Lyles, rolling to his right. Now he is drilled again. This time, Jackson Rumford enters the sack party back at the 21-yard line with a minute to go in this one.
Oh, this kid, yeah, he never saw Rumford coming. Oh, he's going to the wrong sideline. Oh, no, he's going to the right sideline. I'm the one going to the wrong sideline. Well, it's 4th down. They're going to punt?
Yeah, they are. Spano's punting.
.35 seconds to go in the ball game. TMP punting.
Yep.
From their own 21.
And Spano punting, and we have a flag on the play. We might have a neutral zone infraction on Scott City on 4th down and about 19, or make that 4th and 24. Oh, substitution infraction they call against Scott City.
That's because we got 12 men on the field.
Yeah, they don't allow that too much or at all. 6th penalty of the night for the Beavers, one of their higher penalty marks of the year. It'll set up the ball at the 28-yard line and make it.
We don't have anybody returning the ball.
4th and 17, and with 26 seconds to go, you don't have to worry about returning it. It's Spano to punt for the 8th time out of 9 tonight. Harris punted the other time, and this one will be kicked. Oh, he shanks this one again, and it'll go out of bounds at the 31-yard line, just a 10-yard punt.
Brother.
Kneel down, and that'll do it.
That's right. Crazy, Adam.
This has been one of the bizarre games. TMP unofficially minus 17 yards of offense tonight. No first downs, but they hung tight. They scored 2 non-offensive touchdowns tonight.
Well, it's been a great game for Scott City.
Yes.
Defensively. Offensively, we were moving the ball. We just couldn't seem to finish off some touchdowns. We scored 4 touchdowns, but
Scott City will go on that victory wing T formation. We can call it the victory wing T. Metzger will take a kneel, and that'll be it. Scott City will come out of here with a 3-1 record, and that wraps up their district play. They sneak out of TMP here tonight with a 28-14 victory over a pesky Monarch team who suffers a defeat for the first time this year. It'll be 3-1 Scott City, 4-0 Hugueta next Friday night at Darner Field for homecoming. Post-game to begin after this 3-minute break. This is Scott City football.
What a game. Great Western Tire is happy to be a part of the Scott City community. They have what you need when it comes to oil, fuel, or tires. Great Western Tire is your source for BF Goodrich, Dunlop, Goodyear, Kelly, Michelin, and Titan Tire.